Yo, what's up, Kaz? I love you. It's good to see you, bro. Good morning. First forever. First forever. Let's go. Hi, buddy. I love you. How's your morning? How's your morning, big dog? Oh, big stretch. Dad's been running again, chat. And you know what that means. Dad's been running, which means dad is torched. I'm tired, bro. All right, let's get that one done. And then... No, I don't want that. Let me look at some of the like late tomes, right? We'll do that one. Hey, good morning, Fausty. I love you. It's good to see you, man. You're about to say, you were so close, bro. Kez checking in on Kick as well. Let's go. Chat, we are live on Twitch, Kick, and TikTok, and YouTube. We're live everywhere. If you love the free marketplace of ideas, you got a lot of shops open, dude. My apologies for the tardiness. I've been disabled, huh? Yeah, I was getting Brittany a coffee. I like to bring her a coffee at work so that she has a good day. I think that's a sweet thing to do, right? I did that. I brought her a coffee today, and she was very thankful for that. But the line at Starbucks was insane this morning, so took me a little extra. Let me run a quick ad. I'm gonna run an ad here on the usual spots. Well, ad on purple. You can watch at the usual spots. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll get started. Start yapping, dude. Not a lot going on. A little bit going on, but not a lot bit going on, you know? Base tweet. Base tweet I just saw. Yo, Steve. Good morning, streamer. I hope your mustache is tickling those. You like tickles? Yeah, it's tickling the masses, bro. Dude, I think I'm a mustache guy for a while now. Like, I'm thinking this look is gonna be the look for 26 and beyond, bro. I'm gonna start really working on it, man. I think it's I think it's the play, bro. A power mustache to go with my power takes, bro. Boosted ass monkey, you sexy sack of man meat. Love you, brother. How's the Minnesota Mudslinger doing this morning, dude? You good? What's the vibe today? Boosted? Orky, what's up, bro? Thank you so much for the subby wubby oo on Patreon. I appreciate that. New video this week. I was thinking I'll do a big post in the Patreon channel and Discord this week. Let me make sure I add you on Discord too, so you can access the secret Patreon only channel. Let's give you the patron role. There you go, buddy. Thought-free content. True. No thoughts in my brain, bro. I may not be watching the stream. I'm gonna zoom. I kind of need to pay attention. All right, I won't talk to you then. We can talk later. It's you two is thick, very Tom Selleck or Sam. Thank you. Yeah. I do think I'm a natural mustache haver. It always grows in really well. And remember, I've only shaved once. Like, I was growing everything, I shaved once. So this is like the earliest stages, bro. This thing's about to get crazy. I'm better than you. Thing's about to get crazy, bro. Hang in there. Weed Monster, thank you for liking the live. I love you so much. So good to see you. Weed Monster with a little blazed energy on the TikTok this morning. Spartan, there he is, bro. How are you? I love you. It's good to see you, man. How's the day find you? 4 minutes on our next Pokemon. All right, let's ready up. We're going to keep grinding 2v8. We got one more day. They haven't extended it. I don't think they're going to. I don't think that our dreams are going to come true. No shave November. No, I'm still going to shave. I'm just keeping the mustache. There have been a few mustache eras in my life. It's never been a problem. It's never been a bad thing. The mustache has only ever added to my life. It's never taken away. So I'm thinking the mustache is here for a while. What's going to happen is I'm going to keep it until I'm trimming it and I screw it up. And then I have to shave it and start over. That's what's going to happen. I probably will cut it. I don't know, maybe keep it for holiday pics. I'll definitely shave it before the wedding, which is in July of next year, because like a mustache is not, well, I don't know, maybe by then it'll become a part of my personality and I'll be like, no, I want our wedding pictures to have a mustache. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't broached the subject with Brittany yet, so just have to wait and see. Doing a lot of cleaning and throwing away today, dude. It's so good for your soul. It's so good for your soul to have a nice, clean, organized space, bro. It always makes my life so much more livable. Proud of you, Spartan. Keep up the good work, dude. Yeah, it's a big day today, man. I had math class this morning. I'm very proud of myself because I'm very prepared for the next exam. The next exam is next Tuesday. I'm very prepared. I aced the practice exam today, for example. I did not get one question wrong, right? And so I was thinking about taking tomorrow off and just like skipping class. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And I'll tell you why when I get back. Because a professional doesn't skip class, all right? It's about more than just knowing the subject matter, all right? If I get up at 7 and I go to class, I start my day off like a winner. I get up early, I go to class, I enrich my brain, I get Brittany a coffee, I come home, and then I've got my whole day ahead of me to grind and to win, you know? And like, I could take the class off, surely. I could take the class off. I don't need it. I'm gonna get an A on the test, guaranteed. But what I was thinking about is a habit whether it's needed or not, right? Like, in the future, there's going to be a test I'm not prepared for, right? And I'm gonna need that last second chance to go over the material. And you wanna train like you fight, bro. You know, if you're practicing for an ultimate fighting fight, like a UFC fight, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? You don't practice at half. You don't take a practice off. Like, no, I'll take it seriously when I'm in the fight. No, dude. You stay grinding. When it's easy, you stay grinding. When it's hard, you stay grinding. So no, I'm not going to be a loser and sleep in tomorrow. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to go grind math. I'm going to prepare myself. Because even if I only get one extra question right, because I went to class, that's still an extra point, bro. And I'm gonna get an A in the class, all right? I've gotten an A on every test. I've aced all the homework. I've got like a 97% in the class. I'm not gonna drop 7% off of missing a few questions on an exam, right? But that's not the point, man. Mr. No days off, bro. No half measures, all right? I'm starting a revolution, bro. If I'm going to be a revolutionary, if I'm going to change the game, I'm not going to do that sleeping in and taking a class off. Corpsey, I love you so much. It's so good to see you. All right? No great man in history. It was like, I'll just sleep in. I'm going to take a me day. Like, no. I don't need that. Get out of the window. Get out of the window! Okay. He's chasing the other silly Billy. Ah! Did I just catch a Gengar earlier? Let's go! Corpsey with the big Gengar energy, dude. I'm so proud of you, bro. We gotta go! We gotta go! We gotta go! Yeah, I knew he'd start chasing. Hey, what's up, Bio Reaper? Found me. Where were you looking for me, bro? Yes! The best in the world! Bio Reaper, I love you. Oh my goodness! Ah! Okay, well, I was a 0.1 second away from having my sprint burst back. Bye, Reaper, how are you? How's your day? Spartan, what is that emote? What is that emote? Is that a fine emote? I want to see it. Oh yeah, dude. Bro, is that AIR? Let's go. The same Reap from Twitch? Hell yeah. What's up, Reap? Welcome to the green side, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I like streaming everywhere. I'm gonna stay multi-streaming. I'm probably gonna add Rumble to my list of places I stream. I might even try and work that out this week. It's pretty easy, I think, to just go live there as well. And that way people have another ad-free option. They have a free speech platform they can watch on. If I got banned on the Purple app, I would not go anywhere. Oh, I think I got a buddy I'm playing with today. I don't know if he's around yet. I'm gonna hit him up. He said he wanted the game. I only have a few hours, but yeah, so day stream today, night stream tonight. I'm not sure that I'll stream tomorrow. We'll see. It's gonna be dependent on a number of things. Again, I already committed to getting up early. So I'm getting up and going to class, that's for sure. And then I got a bunch of stuff. I got a non-negotiable tomorrow. I get a new Patreon video out because I'm gonna stick to my guns on this. You guys are gonna get a Patreon video once a week. That's my promise to you, bro. No, Mr. No weeks off on Patreon. Figure you come over here and drop the follow. I appreciate that a lot, man. I appreciate it a lot. I'm starting a revolution, right? I'm building a coalition. And it's gonna be one day at a time, one person at a time, right? I had a really deep conversation with a close friend of mine this morning. We were discussing a lot the progression of the community and the reception of the ideas of free thought and free speech within the social and digital landscape of the world that we exist in right now. And it didn't, again, a lot of people when they talk about deep important things, they start to get really they start to take it really negatively. I get really like discouraged. And they focus on a lot of the negatives. They focus on a lot of the drawbacks, the setbacks. But not me, man. No. There are a lot of principles that a lot of successful people employ. Small incremental growth. Small incremental growth will compound, right? You can't, yo, Reaper's checking in on 2 platties, dude. What a goat. Don't be in a hurry, man. One day at a time, one mind at a time, one voice at a time, right? It's good stuff, bro. It's very inspiring to me. Like I talk to these people, so I want you to consider the idea that you grow where you're planted and that you're a product of your environment and the voice of the voiceless, exactly. And you curate your environment. Like in some ways you have no control, right? You go to work every day. You go to work every day and you got to interact with people there. You go to class every day, you got to interact with people there. Like you're definitely not 100% curating whatever environment you persist in, right? But you do get to react and you get to choose how you're going to react to that environment, how you're going to approach that environment. But outside of that, we make a lot of, what is the word for it? We make a lot of, we have a lot of agency in who we choose to spend time with, like, by our own will alone, right? Hey, what's up, Albert? I love you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the game. I love 2v8, man. I'll be sad to see it go. There's still another day, man. They might extend it. I'm praising for the extension, but we'll see. So, that's what you told her, 2 small incremental growth. Hey, yo. Mad Lads with a, what is it called? Dang it, dude. My brain's like not, I got all these thoughts in my brain. With a on-brand wiener joke. On brand. There's a word for like on brand. There's a word I'm missing. You look like a professor with a mustache? Really, dude? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to teach people, bro. I know a lot of stuff. I also have a lot of stuff to learn. But happy to teach when able and excited to learn when able. So that's why I don't surround myself with a curated echo chamber, right? Try to surround myself with a diverse cast of thoughts and ideas. What was I saying, man? I had something. Oh, you get to choose who you spend time. Basically, like, there are situations where you don't get to curate your environment, but there are definitely situations where you do. You should constantly be evaluating who you're giving your time to and who you're spending time with, because you are influenced by your environment. And there was a very long period of time where I was basically surrounded by people who don't align with me in a lot of ways. And they wouldn't really accept me for who I truly was, right? And that period of life was very much not a growth period. There was it was like a deflationary period, right? I guess deflationary is not really the best word for it. I'm probably going to pass away, but that's okay. We got the last gen done, so yeah, there's nowhere to go. You'd be an excellent life coach, maybe. I don't know if I'm in that place yet. So for me, Albert, I know a lot of stuff. I've read a lot of stuff. I've learned a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of life experiences, so maybe. But by the same account, like, I think I need more results before I start. You know, there was a situation that arose a few years ago, and I won't name any names, but there was this streamer who was basically offering a paid service for like, they were offering a paid service for oh, I'm dead, I think. They were offering paid counseling, or paid, not counseling, but mentorship, right? Basically, they were offering like coaching services to content creation. And now, in the most polite way possible, their personal results as a content creator did not, to me, scream out as somebody that I would look for mentorship from. Is that a way to put it? Like, how am I going to say this politely? Like, all I'm saying is if a person hasn't really found a certain measure of success, you know, I don't understand why people would look to them for guidance. Like, whatever they're trying to do is maybe not working. And so again, I would implore that if you want advice on how to build a nice free thought, free speech community of 30 to 40 average viewers, like, I'm a great guy to coach that up. But if you're looking to blow up like an Ostarva type, like, maybe I'm not the guy with the formula. You know? Those who can't do, those who can't teach. Yeah, there's a certain measure of truth to that. But I also think there's like a baseline of success. Saying a bald man can't be a good barber? No, of course not. What I'm saying is that, Brain, I don't disagree with you, that a guy who's like kind of capped out at like maybe D2 college football could probably be a great NFL coach someday because they understand concepts. But I do think that there's like, you wouldn't take somebody who was a ball boy for a JV high school team and say, you know, this guy's probably going to make a great NFL coach. You know, they kind of need to prove that they know their stuff. I don't know. All I'm saying is you can learn a lot from people that haven't found success, but the idea of selling, I don't want to sell paid services, right, without maybe finding more success. But maybe that's the wrong attitude. I don't know. There's like a fine line, right? That would be my argument. That there's a line, and if you're a mile from that line, maybe paid mentorship might not be for you. Maybe I'll write a book, dude. Everybody writes books now, right? Isn't that what people do? They just write books. I'll write a book navigating the complex journey that is content creation while not lying to people. That book probably wouldn't do very well. But if I had a book called How to Lie Your Way to the Top, that'd probably go pretty well. Know what I mean, jelly bean? Also, Brandon, I love you, bro. How the heck are you, man? Oh, I gotta message Steven, dude. Doug's new book, How to Be Called a Radical Magus for you. Exactly. Yeah, I got a book coming out called this is no, I don't want that. Hold on. Sorry, dude, my music's going. I got a good book idea. It's called How to Get Completely Mischaracterized by People Who Have No Ability to Think for Themselves, Volume 1. Oh, I can read their book. I read their book. It says, I never mind. I don't have a good one for that. Hey, what's up? Literally just a guy. How you doing, man? Good morning. I hope you got some good sleep last night, chat. You know what happened to me last night? I went to bed. I got in bed. I finished my book, dude. Atomic Habits. Crushed. Okay, I'll just go heal myself, bro. That's fine. Yeah, so the thing is, I get some questions from friends, and people kind of watch what's going on with me on social media, and they ask me like, bro, they said this thing about you that's not true. Why aren't you gonna argue? It's because I don't, like, who said it? Who said that thing, bro? Like, name one person that's relevant to the life that I live on a daily basis that said that stupid thing. Like, again, this is what people will do. They will create these straw men where they'll mischaracterize you as something or claim that you're something. And then the moment you start to take that on and debate it, like, you're giving relevance and credibility to that idea. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're saying like if somebody comes out and says, oh man, Running Man's a flat earther. Like, that's such a ridiculous claim to make that acknowledging and debating that is actually going to make me look worse. Whoa! Can I just see my question? I missed it. What happened? Out of curiosity, do you think that GI Bill is an entitlement program? Well, no, I don't think it's an entitlement program because I mean, how do you characterize an entitlement program? An entitlement program would be like something that you're asking for. Like, I had to earn that. I had to earn that by going to war, right? So I don't know if I would categorize. I mean, I don't really know if it would be categorized as an entitlement program because it's more of a what are they called? It's like your salary at work isn't an entitlement program. You work to earn the salary, and then the GI Bill is not an entitlement because you're entitled to it through your commitment, through the contract you signed, and the service you provided. I think is where, I mean, I guess I don't know, like, and this is like a genuinely from a place of like, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm not an economist or like finance is not my focus or specialty, so I don't really know like the textbook definition of an entitlement. I mean, I guess like if you break it down, it's like you could say the same for like Well, SNAP benefits are entitlement because I pay taxes. But that starts to get a little bit more convoluted. There's really no, like, what's the word? I'm not evading the question or trying to, what's the word? Trying to, like, weasel my way through it. I'm trying to, like, understand it. And the way I think of it is, like, there's a direct line to, I signed a contract specifically stating I would be owned by the government for 4 years. No, I'm sure they do, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm, like, starting to draw them to be more equated. Like, that's what I'm doing right now is, like, thinking and talking through it and being like, okay, so the GI Bill is like, I walk into an office, I agree to 4 years, 5 years, 6 years of military service, and in return, upon completion of that service, I am granted college benefits. Whereas when you go get a job, you're kind of unsure. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying, like, it's one of those, like, really, it's like, I think it's a complex question and one that I really couldn't just, like, snap off at this, that, or the other, right? Because it's like, I mean, theoretically, like, once we say, the problem is when I pay taxes, I'm essentially signing a contract that entitles me to SNAP benefits, but also gives the thumbs up to, like, funding a genocide, right? So it's like, it's a very complex thing. And that's one of the reasons why, like, it's a frustrating thing no matter which side of the political spectrum you fall on. Like, the taxation should be frustrating because you're not, it's like when I wouldn't be upset about paying taxes at all. If I was like, I'm paying tax, I'm seeing the roads get better, I'm seeing children get fed, I'm seeing veterans be taken care of, I'm seeing the homelessness epidemic being attacked and solved, I'm seeing hunger, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any God-fearing American, any American period, on the left or the right that wouldn't love taxes if taxes seem to be not misappropriated constantly, right? But again, you're only going to find on the far fringes of political groups people that are, like, truly happy with how their tax money is being spent. Like, find me a guy who is excited that their tax money got spent on bombing Iran. I'm going to find you, like, some boomer who watches Glenn Beck, right? Yo, what's up, Smuggy? I love you. It's good to see you. Good morning. I don't know. It's a complex thing. The problem is people that abuse it to get an accident on a social grudge. If you look it up, Papa Chips were the top consumed have. Correct, yeah, and that's an issue. Again, like, I've seen debates on this subject where it's everything is so complicated. And it's like, I think one of the biggest, defense budget. Get me started. I'll rant for hours, bro. Defense budget. Okay, bro. Yeah, politicians are overpaid and they also insider trade and they also get money from foreign interests and they get money from lobbies like the pharmaceutical companies, right? That influences their policy. A bunch of dudes are in the Senate or in the Congress for 20 years and they come out multi-millionaires. And do we think that might be an issue? Smuggy, I love you. It's good to see you. Hi. We're bouncing back and forth between serious and unserious conversation, and I love it. Getting so dry we discussing foreign policy, dude. I mean, killer match. My bad. True, Nolan. Well, I mean, I talk about foreign policy because I'm really into politics, and I want to be able to talk about the things that I'm passionate about, whether that's good or bad for metrics. So. But yeah, DVD is dry, though. You're not wrong. Like, you're the two things can be true at the same time. So you're absolutely correct that DVD is stale. Yeah, I'm just playing 2v8 Smugs. This is the last day of 2v8, so I'm grinding killer in 2v8 so I can play survivor while I wait. So I don't have to sit in 7-minute killer queue times in 1v4s. Essentially, like, the reason why I'm so pro 2v8 is that this is the best of both worlds for me. I get to play killer, but I also don't have to sit in 7-minute queues. I can just chill out, play some survivor, get some points. Right? And then, you know, switch off and play killer when it's my time. It's good stuff, man. I like it a lot. Oh, I thought he would go pallet. I'm so buns. Switch to this so I have a pallet buster. That doesn't go through the wall. I'm on a dying game. You're upstairs. I don't know if I should stick this. Hopefully my nurse can start cooking a little bit because I'm having a bad start, bros. I'll take that. 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 But yeah, DBD is getting dry out. So okay, so let's get this elephant out of the room real quick, right? Let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Did you guys see that yesterday was supposed to be the day that the new chapter came out, right? In the original plan, the new chapter was supposed to come out yesterday, right? And they decided to push it off for Operation Health and work on the game, right? Well, did you guys see what happened yesterday out of the blue? So the in-game shop switched to all Stranger Things promotion. No sales on any Stranger Things stuff. But it just is like the featured chapters are Stranger Things. Now, why would we think that? Why would we think that? What scenario would lead behavior to want to feature Stranger Things? Alright? More like Operation Survival get buffs. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that is kind of what the new chapter's vibe is, right? Oh, nice, dude. I don't think I'm gonna hit that either, dude. I still got him. So everybody is speculating that Stranger Things Chapter 2 is coming. That's the TLDR. Everybody thinks that because the chapter was supposed to be out, and because they're featuring Stranger Things without any sales or anything, the speculation is it was supposed to be the Stranger Things chapter. Now that doesn't mean, right? That doesn't mean that they didn't just like, exactly, there's a new season coming out. There's a new season of Stranger Things coming out. It's possible that it's just because of that. They're just like, well, we're gonna get some hype. Well, there's hype to get. But I do tend to sort of side with the idea that maybe it's a little deeper than that. This nurse is struggle busting a little bit. Okay, I got her. Aww. You don't think it's Stranger Things? Fair. Fair take. Alright, not saying you shouldn't be able to get it, but Snap program solves the problem because there's much junk food that's allowed to be purchased with Snap wouldn't be as big of a problem. Yeah, so then this is like the eternal debate that rages, right? You got two sides that are you got a side that's opposing Snap and a side that's in support of Snap. I've seen some good debates on the subject. And frankly, I'm not really sure exactly where I land in terms... I mean, I definitely think that... So I have this problem. My biggest problem, I talk about this a lot, but my biggest problem is I feel like it's like a scam to even really care at this point. People, like, everybody is so bent out of shape over like Snap benefits, when Snap benefits are like what percent of the federal budget? Like, let's be so for real. Why is that what people are talking about when our defense budget just hit the trillions, right? Like, I don't know, man. Again, I don't want to be like a conspiracy kook and be like, it's all a distraction, but like, it's kind of all a distraction, right? Like, sorry, what Snap benefits? Snap benefits is like food stamps. It's like food benefits for people that don't make a lot of money, like low income Americans. I can't remember what SNAP stands for. I've been on it at a point in my life. So yeah, it's essentially like become this huge political like boiling pot when like relative to the entire spending budget, right? It's like a drop in the bucket. So again, like, I can have my opinions on it, and I can sit down and tell you where I'm at with it, and I can have a debate with somebody who is like 100% pro unrestricted Snap benefits. I can have a talk with somebody who believes there should be limitations and yada yada. But at the end of the day, like, what's the point, right? Like, I could have that debate. I could have that discussion even. I don't know. Depending on who I was talking to, it might not even be a debate, but it just feels a lot like what's the word? Like, is that really, again, like the great Dr. Ron Paul, right? He talked about how foolish it would be to start there. Like, why would you start with food benefits for people that don't have any money? When there are other... So you're not going to come help. You're just going to... Alright, I thought that nurse would come help me, but... That pallet's still up and he doesn't throw it. Two things I didn't expect. People didn't debate that everything's meaningless, so we start doing stuff like action enchantment. Yeah, but again, like, that's fair. You could definitely do that if you're trying to juke the issue. I'm not trying to juke the issue. I have my opinions on it. I'm just saying, like, to me, it feels like controlled opposition type stuff, where it's like, this is what the country is debating right now. This is where people are at. I don't know. It's just not where I would start. That's why I haven't made it like a, what do they call them? Like a cornerstone issue. Like, I definitely have an opinion on it. I don't think that... Obviously, you guys know that I'm a proponent of living a healthy lifestyle. And there's definitely, like, an argument to be made that people... Because you have all these different positions, right? Where it's like, well, why do people on benefits have to suffer? Like, why can't they? What about their kids? Like, why can't they have kids? Why can't their kids have a candy bar kind of thing? And it's like, well, what about the poor people who are paying for SNAP? Like, people that are low income, but they're still not hitting that threshold. I don't know. It's just, this is a complex issue, man. Snur's had a rough game. She did. Yeah. Look at the hook count. Like, I'm not here to drag my teammate, but we had a struggle session a little bit. Not gonna lie. I think there's no way to make everyone happy on Snap. Well, yeah, again, that's the problem, is that you have like this one position that's like all the way to the left. It's like everyone should have $1 million forever. You know, why don't we make the minimum wage $1 million? That'll make everybody a millionaire, right? And on the other side, it's like abolish all programs that help anyone ever. And it's like somewhere in between is a reasonable compromise. GG, well played. Almost everything political today is meaningless. If people stand up to corrupt governments, the world's always going to be us versus them. Yeah, correct. Yeah, don't disagree with that statement. I think you'd have a hard time poking holes in that argument, bro. Again, like, I'm not brave, and I'm not like strong for pointing out the obvious, right? That like
always judge the weak.
That people in these constructs of power stand to gain a lot by having people. Where's the tomes? Right here. By having people in each other's faces and at each other's throats over things that ultimately don't matter to the power structures in this country. Hang on one second. I gotta find some here. I can have two at a time, right? Yeah. Cool. For us, then there's them. That's why they distract. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. All that stuff, all the infighting over nonsense, and all the money that goes to professional sports. A lot of stuff. I'm a sports fan, but I'm base, so I can be one. I'm ethically a sports fan, right? But a lot of people are distracted a lot. Once we learn to love each other, they're so screwed. Yeah. I just hope that we can. Again, like, I'm a guy who got canceled for saying that another guy didn't deserve to die, right? I mean, I'm pretty happy on Snap, and I'm very grateful for the program not to have to spend my very limited income on food. There you go. You're not going to catch me hating, bro. You're not going to catch me hating. Because again, like that's not to me like the point. You know what I mean? That's not on the scale of like things that matter. That thing's very low on the list. Did you brought something distraction from the everyday? But yes, yeah, totally. Yep. And that's what the Twitch, that's what internet's supposed to be, right? But then like people like me just can't get enough of the nonsense. No one is really reasonable anymore. I mean, I agree on the surface value. It's like few people are reasonable. And you've got a few people that are reasonable on the left and a few people that are reasonable on the right. And then this like avalanche of people who are unreasonable, inconsolable, unwilling to waver, unwilling to read, unwilling to talk. And it makes me so frustrated. I wouldn't call it a fierce debate because my friend and I are very close friends. But I have a close friend of mine, like one of my best friends in the world. And we have a very strong disagreement on a specific topic. Like within the conservative, like talking points, right? And we have a lot of people that we both agree that are great and people that we disagree, like we dislike or at a minimum, hold on a second, my phone was blowing up. Okay, stop it. And we had like a 30-minute discussion this morning where we started off strongly disagreeing. We ended strongly disagreeing. And not a single ad hominem attack, not a single insult, there was a little bit of like passion in the projection of our ideas, right? We had all that. And then at the end of it, it was like, man, I'm really glad we can have conversations like this because they could, on the left, they could never. Like, it's one of those situations where like, so I'll give you guys, without using any specific names, there's like a specific podcaster and that he thinks is great and I think sucks. Full stop. And this specific podcaster is a very strong proponent of one position, and I'm a very negative about that position. But it's crazy because throughout the entire conversation, I never felt the urge to say, well, if you like that guy, you're evil. If you like that guy, you're an idiot. If you like that guy, you're perpetuating evil in the world. And he never had the opposite effect where he says, well, if you don't like that guy, you're evil. It's like, it's these basic concepts of humanity where it's like, oh, we have a disagreement. We have a strong disagreement. And it's a very important issue to me. And to him, he doesn't think it's a very important issue. And that's okay. That loses him credibility with me minus 0%. Like, he has no credibility loss there. And I can assure you, if I'm going to persuade him to see things my way, or if he's going to persuade me to see things his way, a foundation of mutual respect and good faith debate is going to be a lot more convincing than saying, if you believe this, you're evil. If you don't believe this, you're wrong and you're evil. And you're what's wrong with blank. Exactly. If you play Skull Merchant, you're evil. Correct. And it's like, to be a good person to hold bad opinions? Yeah. True, you can. Also, the most effective way to change someone's mind is to love them. And teach them. I'm trying to think if there's a specific example. Educate yourself. To educate yourself, kids. And then you show them statistics. And they don't like those. They're like, wait. Statistics are not reliable within the power structure. Now, you need to listen and I literally at one point, I was like, hey, is this a fair characterization? I was like, is this a fair characterization of where we're at on the issue? Like, I'm here and you're there and I take exception to you putting me over here and you take exception to putting me over there. So let's meet here and then have and restart the discussion. He's like, absolutely fair. And it's like, boom. Imagine being able to do that, dude. Imagine being able to do that. Few. You know? I don't know. It's good stuff. It really gave me a lot of faith in humanity. You don't understand this side of the arguments. You'll never work that way to try to present the proper facts. Correct. It's so hard for people in a debate structure or in a discussion even, not even... Because I really don't want to classify it as a debate because, like, we're not fighting. We're not arguing. We're not trying to prove anything. We're not trying to what's the word? We're not trying to shift anybody more than we're just trying to be understood. Right? And there's this problem that people have where they don't, when you hear people say the phrase good faith, you hear that a lot, good faith. And I don't know if some people understand it, but like in a good faith discussion, you're not going to assume something positionally that they have not said or have not directly presented as their position. As like the worst case scenario too. Like people will have this real tendency to paint with a very broad brush, and they make assumptions. And everybody makes assumptions. Everybody has bias. Like it's natural. It's human nature. But the moment you assume something that hasn't been stated and hasn't been illustrated through their position, you've now engaged in a bad faith discussion. Which is like when somebody says Tucker Carlson is super critical of a certain political foreign lobby, and then they start immediately calling him Tucker Carlson. Like that's a bad faith assessment. You're making the assumption that this person is being paid by a foreign influence. It's bad faith, and there's not a good faith way to refer to Tucker Carlson as Tucker Carlson. That's a good example of like a bad faith characterization. Just one of a million examples you can use. Or when my little sister tells my kid that I'm a white Christian nationalist, after I very broadly, very clearly vocalize my position. But what they're doing is they're engaging in bad faith, and they're saying, you're saying this and your actions are showing this, but I'm going to go ahead and in bad faith characterize you as this, because if I do that, then I've already won the argument. I've already won the position. I already have the moral high ground. And this happens constantly on both sides, happens every single day. I see that. But people play with different rules. People play with different rules. They decide that they don't have to follow the rules. Well, I mean, it's about Trump, so I can say whatever I want. And the thing is, like, that is encouraged, right? And again, you guys have watched my stream, you've heard my positions, you've seen my videos. I am no MAGA cheerleader, which again, that's another fake characterization that I get constantly. That's because people are so desperate to put you in a box that they're allowed to throw away, that they'll take all the intellectual leaps necessary to put you in that box so they can discard you. Because if they're not able to discard you, they have to take on your position. But if they can discard you, they can just discard you. Oh, this person is a Trump supporter. This person is a white nationalist. This person is a blank. Throw them away. We don't have to talk to them anymore. It happened to me 7 times on Twitter during my Charlie Kirk video era. Oh, so you just want this? Oh, so you just this? Throw me away. All right, bro. What a bitch-made way to win a debate, bro. Hey, what's up, Madness? Poppy Demenciel. Oh, let's go, dude. Appreciate you on the encouragement. Appreciate the lurk. Love you with my whole heart. Sorry I'm ranting. The thing is, like, I've already come to terms with the fact that I'm a small streamer with a small community, and that I'm never going to stop being based, so this is what I like to do. Sit here and rant. It might not be for everybody. That's fair. It might never be for everybody. It might just always be like a little small group, but it's who I am, man. I talked about it in my last video. Like, I'm the most honest person you'll meet in the DBD community. I don't have to astroturf any of my thoughts or views or beliefs. And I'm not afraid of mischaracterization anymore. I used to be terrified. Terrified of the social ramifications of being mischaracterized.
I am the best in the world.
But somebody calling you a weasel, or somebody calling you a potbelly pig doesn't make you a potbelly pig. And you are not beholden to contend with the accusation that you're a potbelly pig. You didn't realize how cooked our country is? In what way? In what way? Yes, but in what way, Noxie? I got 89 items for seasoning for food. Yeah, 51 bucks. You can't. So I mean, I cover all the groceries when we go shopping. Like I'm the grocery boy in the budget. Like I know firsthand just how expensive it is to shop. Like we don't get out of the grocery store with under 100 bucks ever. And we have like, we don't live with any frivolity. Like we're not frivolous at all. I got called Unk by kids using voice changers in Ark, my own squad. Betrayed by those you loved so deeply. I'm so sorry, dude. I mean, wait, is Bloody Chainsaw plays Unk, chat? Is this real? They asked if I served in World War II and asked if they knew what ended the war and they couldn't tell me. Bro. Bloody, aren't you like a decade younger than me? If you're Unk, am I Grand Unk? Like, what am I, bro? I shudder to think what I classify as. Terrifying. Horrific, dude. I'm Paw. I'm Peepaw. Am I Peepaw, chat? Buddy's 12 years younger than me, dude. 12 years. When I graduated high school, Bloody Chainsaw Plays was 6 years old. Bro. When I went to war for the first time in 2009, what did that make Bloody? So in 2009, 83, 93, 03, I was 26. He was 14 years old the first time I went to war. Yo. This is horrible, bro. 30 in the big 26 is kind of wild. It's not even 26 yet, bro. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Play times.
Yeah, man. All I'm saying is, dude, like, this is why you guys see it happen all the time. Someone will come in and say some outlandish thing about someone that I really don't have an affinity for. And, like, I refuse to fall in line with that because it happens too much. You know, for always being so against disinformation. Those people sure spread a lot of it. I have the best roast, the best flame ever. I'm going to post it on Twitter here soon. I'm going to get an opportunity. But you see these people on social media. These people on social media without one single original thought in their head that complain about AI. I'm like, dude, you guys are kind of projecting on some level. Like, if what you're doing is taking positions, leaving them uncontested and regurgitating the talking points, are you any better than AI at that point? Like, what are you doing that AI is not doing better? If you're just regurgitating talking points. You know? What net gain are you to society over Grok? About to try the new Electric Blue Monster? Let me know how it is, bro. I'm a caffeine enjoyer. Bro, my wife's boss was like trying to drag me at work about being a passionate caffeine enjoyer. She clapped his ass. The good girl, chat. Oh, did he use his caffeine drink? Bro, I'm about to go give that guy a wedgie, chat. Show him what I can do with a little caffeine in my blood, bro. Yeah, it's silly, man. Ooh, I caught the Orthworm. Look at me go, dude. Big pokey slam, dude. Noxie, I love you, bro. Glad I know you. Bloody, I love you, bro. I'm glad I know you. Madness, I love you, homie. I'm glad I know you. Lurkers, I love you, and I'm glad I know you. Even if we don't speak, I know you and I love you. Tee-hee, tee-hee. It's really good. Made balls explosion. Nice, dude. W. Sounds like a common bloody W, dude. I'm so sorry, Leon. Let's all get out of here. I also had lettuce wrap burgers for the first time post workout yesterday, bro. I cannot tell you what a profound experience it's been these last few days. Running and then taking creatine after. Like, bro. Happy I know you too, bro. I'm so happy I know you, Kez. Seriously. Best community on all the apps. Hey man, I'm just trying to be genuine, bro. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep that free marketplace of ideas dream that the founders of this country had alive, bro. Our forefathers. I said forefounders, dude. Bro, I was watching Stranger Things last night and Steve Harrington made a comment about the Constitution. I was like, goated Steve Harrington. My guy right there, dude. But yeah, man, like, it's really not about being the best or worst. It's really not about being the biggest or the strongest or the bravest. It's about telling the truth. Being unashamed. And those who have no argument will use fear and shame to try to control people. Fall in line or pay the social repercussions. And for a long time, I fell into that trap, bro. I did. And again, it's like, Jackson was in yesterday talking about the comments on that first YouTube video. It's like, bro, the way the sharks in the water immediately swarm, dude. Got him. Tell me I got forefathers. You do, bro. You do, dude. And I'm one of them. Bloody, I'm your dad. It's me, Thomas Jefferson, Albert Einstein, and this guy, Terry. Terry's the fourth dad. He's the light bulb dad, dude. He's the one you got the light bulb streak from. Yep. Sorry to be the one to tell you, bro. We all took the paternity test together, dude. And it came up positive for Bloody. We're having a good game, bros. After this game, I gotta run a quick ad to turn off the pre-rolls. And then we'll get back into it, yo. Yeah, I continue to detach from this whole terminally online groupthink, like amorphous entity that is the greater online community, filtered down into the greater horror community, filtered down into the greater DVD community, right? And it's very hard not to get discouraged. The more stuff that I see. But like, somebody has to hold the line. Even if it's a little small line. You know, it's a little small line, bro. Somebody's got to hold the line. Yeah, wait around for someone else to do it. I saw him at Hook, yeah, bro. Yeah, I wonder if Soma Cruz is related to Ted Cruz. That'd suck. That kind of ruined the cannon. Oh, dude, I thought he was going after the pallet for sure, bro. Unlucky. I'm getting caged. Yo, 5-star review, bloody, I love it. See, the thing is, like, I can only hate the internet so much, but the internet is actually kind of perfect. And like, all the things that I hate about the internet are part of what makes it good. It's just, it's such a complex thing. The internet is. It's like it's a complex thing. The DVD community is a complex thing. The horror community is. It's a spectrum, dude. I got a toolbox. Do you want a toolbox? Do you want a toolbox? Are we really 99ing doors in 2v8, bro? We are 99ing doors in 2v8 right now. What level of down bad is that? Intellectually. Again, I can say a little bit more inflammatory things because I'm on a non mode, so I'm not gonna actually hurt anybody's feelings. I'm trying very hard when I'm playing off and on, not to say things that might hurt someone's feelings, even if it's someone that I'm not necessarily that fond of. Right? Because at the end of the day, I do have a responsibility to apply my values. And like, it's their, I used to always kind of hide behind the, well, it's their choice if they come watch my VOD. Like, I'm not forcing them to come here and watch my VOD. But then it really comes into a situation of like, well, yeah, that's true, but if there's a reasonable expectation that someone might do that, and you have the personal ability to, on your own, you know, take out the possibility that somebody gets their feelings hurt. Like, I think that both positions are equally valid. Like, it is an equally valid position to say, they don't have to come watch my stream if they don't want to get made fun of. Right? That is an equally valid position to, I as a creator have a responsibility to be kind. Right? When people may not have the self-control to stop doing it. So I'm somewhere in between. Chat, let me run a quick ad and I'll explain more. I'll explain deeper. 3 minutes and I'll be back. Hard game for those killers, dude. We got kind of stomped in our game too. Housing market cross shoot? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I think that's gonna happen, bro. Yeah, I'd bet on it, dude. I mean, there's only one way for it to go, right? It's inflating and inflating and inflating. They gotta crash at some point. That's up. Stevie Founder. Yo, Founder, Flex. Hey, I've talked about this. I've talked about this a lot, mad lads, all right? A founder is a founder whether they're currently subbed or not. Spirit of the founder badge is that this person's been supporting me since the beginning, all right? And if they're maybe not in a financial position to support this month, or maybe they just, again, everybody has to make cuts where they make cuts, right? Not everybody, I'm not even saying that it's unreasonable that someone to say, I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of very bad takes out there. Like, who can't make $5, right? Who can't come up with $5? It's like, man, have you been out there? And frankly, sometimes people just don't want to, you know? Full stop, bro. And I ain't never gonna shame somebody on that, bro. It's like $7 now, right? Like, they just keep on increasing the price. What's up, Jackson? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Not even a problem, board. I love you, bro. Don't you worry about a thing, bro. That's never been my vibe, dude. I mean, obviously, if I haven't made it clear for the last couple months, Dude, this is Giga Chad, bro. What a Giga Chad thing to say, bro. Do I do yogurt? Nah, I don't eat yogurt. I think yogurt's healthy, but it's not in my diet. I don't need to meet my blood points, bro. They make clear Doug's a left-wing progressive. Exactly. 100%, dude. I'm AOC Jr., bro. But if I haven't made it clear, despite all the grifting allegations, if I haven't made it clear, I'm not primarily motivated by money. All right, give me a second. I'm not saying I don't like money. I don't need it. But I would say that if making money streaming was my end game, this would probably not be the route to take. Ratio yogurt is 150 gal and 30. Yeah, no, again, I think yogurt is healthy. Yogurt doesn't fit my diet as a carnivore. That being said, yo, Mad Lads, you're the GOAT. Thank you so much for offering up that gift sub. Board deserves it, man. He's literally been here since I was streaming to 7 people in my stepkid's bedroom. True story. Eat Greek yogurt every day. Wow, bro. You're very worldly. Very worldly of you, bro. Yeah, yogurt rips. Yogurt rips, I'm a fan, but I don't eat it currently. It doesn't fit my diet. Nice body block there, little buddy. Any recommendations seasoning for salmon? S&P is the thing for me, bro. I don't put many seasonings on salmon. Salmon is, if you're eating good salmon, it's very flavorful on its own. Right? So if it's good salmon, if it's garbage salmon, you can season it up. But if it's good, that guy legit ran through it, dude. I'm actually impressed. Got greedy one too many times, but hi, Shooby Dooby. I love you. It's good to see you, bro. I'm sorry you have a bad math professor. That's the difference between math being great and math being the worst, is if your instructor is good or bad. My math instructor rules. She's so good, so I'm super stoked about it. But conversely, I've heard some things. Now, I know professors don't they stick together and stuff, right? But my math professor kind of got me a little worried about my 8-6 professor today. She was basically saying that something that's a core part of her teaching style is not a core part of his. Got me a little worried, dude. But, Choopy, I love you. I'm sorry to hear that you're having, again, math instructors are the most important, if you don't get the concepts, you're gonna have a really bad time when it's time to move up. It's crucial that a math instructor sticks to the concepts and does a good job of laying that foundation. Oh. Newbie, I love you is the thing. In fact, Newbie, I love you more is the thing. Yeah, so when it comes to salmon, Noxie, you're fine with extra seasoning on bad fish, like farm fish and bad fish in general. But the good salmon's not gonna need anything but salt and pepper, dude. Take that from an Alaskan, dude. You got some good line-caught fresh salmon? I can promise you're not gonna need to dump a bunch of Johnnies on that, bro. Damn, it's $14 fillet from Walmart? Yeah. I got bad news for you about that Walmart salmon. Does it say fresh caught? Does it have any indication? Does it have any indication that it's not farm salmon? Because pellet farm salmon is fresh, never frozen? Alright, well, you're probably alright then. All right. Dude, I keep switching to the wrong mode, bro. I'm gonna use this to get distance. Yeah. Been slaying Oni. That's good, dude. Yeah, Oni's great in 2v8, bro. Very good in 2v8. If you got that salmon from Walmart, I might be radioactive. Listen, I'm not trying to hate on Walmart, bro. They got better products than people would assume. They can. I mean, I get a lot of. I used to get a lot of meat from Walmart. I used to get a lot of meat from Costco. But yeah. I mean, isn't ground beef like $8 a pound right now? I don't know about $14 salmon, brother. I might be a little bit sus. I want to cry, dude. So close. So close. Yeah, what professor is Sunshine Reincarnated was talking about how leaving the end of a course review is saying something about the start of the positive saying don't know what's positive about this guy? That's so funny. When you have nothing good to say about someone, that's a real bad sign when you're writing a review. I've only had one course evaluation so far. It was my science class, and I gave him like rave reviews because he's great. Very, very good science teacher. But my teachers across the board are getting good reviews. Oh, hey, buddy. You like that? What do you think of that, bro? What's up, dude? Oh, man, that sucks, bro. Been there. Had my teammates leave me on the cage too, bro. Your third class was canceled? Dude, my teacher's canceling our class on Monday. I'm so sad about it. Not because I wanted to go to class on Monday, but because Monday's like useless. Really all I'm going to get is like an extra hour to stream, which is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool that I can stream an extra hour. But the whole idea is like, I have to get up early anyways, right? I'm going to have to get up early anyways. I want to cry, dude. I still get this? I still get this? Never mind, it was too short. Ah! I still got to get up early anyways, because Brittany's got to go to work. And then I still have my science class. I want to cry, dude. I still have my science class. You got that? Yeah, got that. And then, so I'm not going to really be able to do anything with the time, basically. It would have been better for her to cancel class tomorrow. I should have told her that. I should have been like, what if we canceled tomorrow's class and then had class on Monday for one last, like, review before the test? That's what I should have suggested. That was my failure. But it's fine. She almost ran into it. I got stuck on nothing, dude. Can you... Hey, brother? Yeah, that's what she gets, dude. That's what she gets, dude. Oh, that's what you get, dude. Where's your beamer friend now, bro? Classic I'm taking L's everywhere. What do you mean, bro? Name one single L, dude. Chat, who was here yesterday when I had that nemesis on my team that got one total hook in a 2v8 match? Anybody remember that? I remember it like it was yesterday, dude. Did I just cuck that guy out of a chainsaw down? I think I did. Sorry, bro. You're here, Reaper? Let's go. If your last day at clinicals tomorrow, there'll probably be a crying. The kids are pretty sweet. Oh, man. It's never easy to say goodbye, Shoopy. Maybe it's not goodbye. Maybe it's see you later. Here. I was trying to block that guy. I was trying to block her for him, but it wasn't happening, man. What's crappening, V? Wait, did she just finesse? Did she just finesse? What was that? Her vault looked like a finesse. That was very funny. Did Chainsaw bump the pallet? He did, yeah. That was my bad. I think I screwed him over by getting in the hitbox. Gonna walk her down with his M1. Alright, GG's, bro. 7K2. Hey, what's up, Jam? Or is it? Oh, sorry, I am a vibe. What's up, vibe? Sorry, it took me a second, bro. I'm bald, fat, and dumb, dude. Bro, what's up, vibe? How are you? Our games are good? Good. Fun games, man. Fun games, bro. Still thinking Doug was trying as a college professor? Maybe. You're good on 2v8. I love 2v8. Yeah, they can't release one new 2v8 kill without super annoying bugs. Bro, how many times do my dog dashes get eaten by environment? It happens like 3 times a game. Where I'll just like get it eaten by like a window or something. They make this a permanent mode? I'd be for it, yeah. The professor I was confiding in today thinks I'd make a good junior high teacher. Junior high would be fun. I think the junior high is the perfect balance of like old enough to think for themselves but young enough to still be impressionable. Whereas high schoolers just think they know everything and are evil. I haven't tried Wesker every 2v8 before he's in was borderline unplayable. Yeah, I think he's better now. I'm just saying high schoolers, bro. They think they know everything. And they have bad intentions. Yeah. You're right about that, Ruby, but counterpoint, once they've hit puberty, they get insufferable for a time. It's usually for a period. It also depends on the parents, and it depends on like what kind of kid they are. Like, my kid was a nightmare in elementary school. By the time he got to high school, he's like the picture perfect high school student, like straight A's, active in sports, has a girlfriend, does all the things, right? High schoolers do know everything. The problem is adults won't listen. Dude, Pariah's out here as a high school advocate right now. Let's go. I didn't know they hired legal representation, Pariah. That's great. That's great, bro. I'm going to run and pee real quick, chat. I love you guys. Don't leave me. I'll be right back. bro. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't need one to... Yeah, right? You don't need a legal degree to lose a case, bro. Biggest class action in history, teenagers versus adults. And unfortunately, adults would win because they have the billionaires on their side. It's really funny. I wouldn't say it's funny. It's more depressing. How your odds of winning a legal case grow exponentially when wealth is included. Like, just imagine if a billionaire chose a random poor person to sue. There's like there's no way that poor person could win. They could just choose somebody to bully him. Right? Yeah, they'll win with everybody knowing the other side was right. Correct. Correct. Yeah, it's very much an admonishment of our judicial system. When if a random billionaire decided for no reason at all they wanted to ruin some poor person's life with a lawsuit, there'd be like a 98% chance that the rich person would win. That's why a lot of the people that I see giving advice encourage wealth and power accumulation to the best of your ability, because in their mind they don't see that system changing anytime soon. Oh, the killer DC'd? Rip, dude. Which is why, chat, I made the bold decisions to chase the money by canceling myself in content and pursuing a teaching degree. Because everybody knows that teaching is a fast track to millions, bro. Everybody knows it. You want a fast track to wealth? The American education system is where you want to go. Hey, Killer DC and TVA bot killers have terrible wall hacks. Oh, do they? Crazy. I never noticed. Probably a lot more adults want to see the world burn than with teenagers with hopes, dreams, and a functional serotonin supply. Fair point. I don't think I've gone against a bot killer once in 2v8 this time around. That's like legitimately my first killer DC that I can remember. I got a bot raid on my team once. He seemed pretty useless. That tracks. That tracks. Is she fakes it? You guys think she fakes it? Nah, she ain't faking it. She's lost in the sauce on the water tower side of the map. Look at her over there. She got somebody, though. Which one's the bot? I don't even know which one the bot is. Get running towards survivors on a cloak while they vaulted a window. Repeat. Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. Can you set up a custom game to have an AI killer? Like, is that a thing? Can I go into customs and play Survivor with like bot teammates and a bot killer? I didn't even know if that's possible. Yeah, I had no idea. That's crazy. I think there's a YouTube video there somewhere, dude. There's a YouTube video in there somewhere. Dude, the funniest thing ever would be if Behavior coded their bots to just be like Terminator tunnelers that just stick on one person the entire game. That could be really funny. Killer DCs and immediately somebody just gets marked for death is running the entire game. And it would kind of line up with the inconsistencies of Behavior where they design a game around a certain playstyle and then they discourage that playstyle. That can't be the bot, right? There's no way the bot misses that. Nice. Yeah, it's not the bot. I don't think. Yo, chat. Sonic Rumble got nominated for the best mobile game at the Mobile Game Awards. W. Sonic Rumble, best mobile game, dude. As a Sonic Rumble partner, I could not be more thrilled to hear about my favorite game being nominated for Mobile Game of the Year. Ah! Ah! I'm so sorry, dude. I really gotta fix that, bro. I really be pulling the trigger way too early on these skill checks, man. I feel like my friend sent me a video of the nominations, but she was going nuts because Pretty Derby was no. I never heard of Pretty Derby. What's that? I never heard of such a game. Excuse me. Gotta feel bad to be a survivor when one of the killers immediately DCs and you still die. Like, that's crazy. Like that Jake, that poor guy, dude. I don't know what's going on there. That was weird. Uma Masumi Pretty Derby. Oh, so it's one of those games. Gotcha. Cool, man. I've never heard of it. But if your friend likes it, it probably rips. Mobile games are great, man. We always lose that. We always lose it, right? We always lose sight of the fact that mobile games rule. They're designed to be really fun. So it was the nurse that DC'd. Beer was trying hard, bro. Of course, the game crossed an anime magical girl pseudo dating sim. Sounds like a good mix. I guess the Derby makes sense. My immediate assumption was the Derby part had to do with like horse racing. Ugh. Man, chat. What a world it is, chat. What a world it is. Never be the same. Can't confirm bacon to stand without avocado on lemons is the move. There you go. Doesn't need much. Streamer's a horse girl enthusiast? No, I don't think so. I've touched mobile games. I'm into Last of Us Clash of Clans. That game was pretty fun. I had a friend that he was never into video games. He got obsessed with Clash of Clans. Loading into the marketplace of ideas. Welcome in, dude. We are in the marketplace of ideas. Correct. That'll just never change, bro. I'm bowed, I'm bent, I'm broken. What do you do with ground beef? I cook it. I eat it with a spoon. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, bro. That's all it takes. Every day, what I eat right now, my training regimen right now is running 4 days a week, lifting 3 days a week, and every day I cook 6 hamburger patties, great value, because I'm poor. And I eat like 4 servings of medium cheddar cheese. 4 servings of medium cheddar cheese covers those burgers in cheese. It's such a good vibe, dude. That's my everyday, bro. I gotta break this habit. I have a habit of eating carnivore junk food, which is infinitely better than normal junk food, but like when I go to the gas station, I'll get like Jack Link's meat and cheese, or I'll get like there's these other like I can't remember the brand, but it's like Italian sausage or pastrami or salami and cheese. Like I get those things. Nuance is allowed here. Nuance is encouraged, bro. It's always allowed. Yeah. That's all I'm asking for, man, is a little nuance. A little critical thinking is all I'm asking for. Is that too much? Is it too much for me to ask people to apply critical thinking and stop painting with the worst possible broad brush? And then crying when other people do it to you? Right? I want to say some swears, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be chill. So what I basically have been doing is like I'll go to the what's up, Ryan? Good to see you, bro. I love you. I'll go to the gas station and grab like Jack Link's meat and cheese, or like you know those salami and cheese things, and they're very good. But what happens is I'm borrowing happiness from later. I eat like 3, 4, 5, 6 of those things, and it tastes so good, and it makes me so happy. And within like an hour or two, I'm dragging ass. I'm tired. I'm cranky. How's school been? Been amazing. I'm getting straight A's. I'm about to finish up. This quarter ends the second week of December, and then I'm back in school the first week of January. Just a little break, a little tiny break between quarters. But yeah, and so I have to stop believing my mental lie, which tells me, hey man, eating those Jack Links is gonna make you happy. No. Eating those Jack Links will make me happy while I'm eating them. And maybe even from the first like half hour to 2 hours after eating them. But I always pay the price. And today, man, I get like 6 Jack Links things, dude. Nah, dude, I can eat. It's not because of the amount that I eat that it makes me sick. Heard that they're going to release the files. They are. That's what I'm hearing too. Senate voted unanimously, so stand by, bro. Looking forward to learning more, dude. But yeah, so I have to stop believing that lie, Noxie, because when I fast, when I only eat once a day, I'm more productive. I feel healthier. My runs are better. Everything's better. And so today I fought the demon. The demon in my brain was trying to talk me into stopping for Jack Links. I went and got Brittany a coffee. I got myself an iced coffee. I drove past the gas station that has the Jack Links. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm refusing you, Satan. I'm very proud of myself. We were just talking about this 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think the files released. Okay, so allow me to play, not really devil's advocate more than, because I'm not saying anything shocking or thought-provoking. But I don't believe for 1 second everybody that should be implicated in these files will be implicated in these files, right? I think that sacrifices have been made, probably on both sides of the discussion, both ends of the uniparty has been made, and sacrifices will be presented. And I think that there will be a lot of names that you're like, no way, and a lot of names that you're like, who? But I don't think we'll actually get all the names. They're already starting. Mike Johnson's already starting to do the whole like, well, of course we're gonna have to redact some stuff for national security. I don't know, man. What do we think, chat? As a voting populace, are we okay with making national security a little weaker to get all the names? What do you think? In what way does the country rely on a pedophile for national security? Right? And don't feed me the like, well, you wouldn't understand. I'd like to know. I mainly want Clinton, Harvard President, JP Morgan CEO. Yeah, I mainly want every single person from bus boys to presidents of companies to be brought to justice. That's what I want. That's the least that I'll settle for. Every single person who is complicit be brought to justice, whether they have $7 in their savings account or $1 trillion in their savings account. See how Trump basically outed all his friends when they announced they're releasing? I saw you outed a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know which specific clip you're talking about. I saw the clip where he was talking about how they should get the death penalty. And I was like, man, this guy pulled a 180 on this topic for sure. Yeah, so I guess with the assumption that everybody's making, which I tend to side with, is that it goes a lot deeper than just people being on a list. Like, these people were being blackmailed. You always hear about that. That's like one of those urban legends, right? That certain government interests will like get blackmail on people and then use it for political blackmail. That's probably what they're trying to say is a national security risk. They don't want to admit that foreign interests were influencing. But we already know. We know that we have proof that Jeffrey Epstein was texting a member of Congress during a congressional hearing. Right? We have evidence of that. Do I have any conspiracy theories that powerful people on that list won't be revealed because the CIA can't blackmail him? Yeah, right? Yeah, I think we all kind of sadly, we all kind of accept that that's the reality. He saw me. I want to throw up. I've seen that ties to Mossad, so anyone that also says that agency or country will be redacted for fear of being canceled. I will see, dude. Let's just say, man, I don't disagree. I'm not pushing back on you, what you're saying. But let's just wait and see. I want to say the name of that country. Is that a Kanye reference, bro? Because if so, well played. What are you drinking? It's I had a Starbucks iced coffee this morning, and then I had leftover ice, so I poured my Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar Strawberries and Cream in, so I have ice. It really is tremendous. I love it. But all I'm saying is, let's wait and see, bro. I think that there's like a lot of news is a commodity these days. News used to just be information. Now it's a business, right? And I think a lot of people are in a rush to report on what's going on. I think a lot of talking heads, myself included, have a financial incentive to speculate on things. And what I will say is, I speculate that no matter what happens, the American people are not going to be satisfied, and a lot of powerful people are going to be protected. But beyond that, I say wait and see. Because we don't know, man. You know, people have surprised us before. I don't know. I don't want to blackpill, man. I don't want to always assume the worst all the time. I don't want to lose hope, bro. Coconut Dr. Pepper? I did not know there was a coconut Dr. Pepper. I never heard of it. I don't want to lose hope that maybe some good things can happen, right? I don't want to fully submerge myself in the negative feedback loop on the internet and just be like, well, yeah, I don't know, Ryan. They just didn't have it in my stores, bro. I blame socialism, dude. Kanye was right, and that's the scary part. How quickly the media will crucify you and say you're crazy for speaking the truth. And Jim Carrey's right too. We saw it happen to him. Yeah. It's I mean, the media is no more an independent you know, the legacy media is not an independent company. Like, it's not. It's an extension of the deep state politics. It's an extension of establishment uniparty politics, right? That's why I always say reject the left, reject the right, reject any establishment. Like, you can watch establishment, you can be a fan of like establishment media, and you can watch it, and you're not gonna learn nothing, but you're gonna have a very astroturfed and very, very intentional like experience. Like, and I say that to people that consume only right wing and consume only left wing establishment media. Like, you're not getting the whole story. It's going to be very, very biased. And I'm not saying anything that nobody knows. That's the thing. Like, even people that swear by it know this to be true. Like, it's undeniable. But, you know, these powerful corporate interests and these politicians, they're not going to stand idly by and completely lose control of the narrative. Money is going to be an influence, even with independent news sources. People are paid. Like, are you telling me that, I'm just going to use an example. You tell me Laura Loomer's not on any payrolls with any foreign interests? Are you telling me that? Telling me that she's just a completely organic content creator, speaking her mind? Is that what you're telling me? Because I doubt it. We know what happened to JFK, nothing came of it? I mean, do we know, or did they redact a bunch of stuff? Yeah, Washington's pretty rough, Ryan. Not gonna lie. Hi, Christoph. I don't know what those words mean, bro. So my TLDR Epstein summary is Trump spent a really long time trying to prevent the list from coming out, right? The files from coming out. At the 11th hour, he 180'd and said, vote for it. Let's get it out. I have nothing to hide. W, right? However we got there, W. Now it's coming out. We have yet to find out how bad they're going to chop it up, how much we're going to find out, how much is even going to come of them finding out. It's like Bondi sends over proof that Obama interfered in the election in 2016. Do we think he's ever going to be charged for anything? Not me. I said it was good? Nice, dude. No, you're great, Christoph. That's awesome. I just wanted to let you know. I don't know what you said. They delayed. Yeah, again, I don't want to. That's a possibility, River Bear. I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to push back. That's probable. Likely, probable, potential. But that's what I mean is none of us really know. So it's like, for me, I'm like, let's just wait and see what happens. Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens when we get it. And then I will have an official. I'll do a video. I'll do a YouTube video. Try to reach out to rich names on the list? Probably. Yeah. I believe that. But, you know, we could be surprised. This list could hit mainstream and it could be like earth shattering, and like 20 or 30% of these like big names that we know of can all be connected and all go to jail. We don't know. Or they could release a list that implicates like 3 total people and be like, problem solved, we did it. Justice is served. The problem is they do have a wild card, which is that the victims of all this stuff are working with the government right now. Like, these people are ready to start talking, and the whole reason they wanted the list out there was so that people could talk about rich, powerful people without being afraid of being sued into oblivion. So there's a wild card, right? It's a very complicated thing. Whole situation. That's why I want to do a video. Very complicated. Many people are going to take the fall when in reality it's fine. It's like Epstein. That's one theory. That's one thing that I could see being plausible. But again, the wild card is there are a lot of criminal victims. And you can argue, okay, well, everybody likes money. And if they offered me $1 billion to not say a name when I was poor and destitute, that might be a hard thing to turn down. But all it takes is one person with conviction saying, I can't be bought. And their whole house of cards falls over, right? If there's one person who has information leading to the arrest of 20 or 30 people, all it takes is one person. Let's let him off, maybe. Again, I'm refusing to black pill on this one, dude. Like, I'm not gonna assume the worst case. Like, I'm not gonna assume the best case either. I'm not stupid, but I'm also not reactionary. Let's just wait and see. That's my position. I'm gonna wait and see. I'd say inarguably we're taking more positive steps today than we were a month ago. Nice grab, dude. Right? Whether it's incremental, small progress or not, we have a little progress. I can't believe I didn't hit, bro. Yeah, no. And again, like, obviously, so this is the funny thing. And this is coming from my deep, like, conspiratorial side, right? Like, if a single victim of this Epstein scandal so much as has a fender bender in their car, I'm gonna be like, yo, they were trying to kill that person. Like, that's the thing. We've gotten to that point where, like, no one's gonna buy that somebody slipped and fell in the shower, bro. So, but the thing is, like, despite that, I don't think that's gonna matter. I think that they'll still do it. I think that they're very emboldened. And I don't think it's all that unreasonable to think that there should be very high measures of protection for any person with any information that could lead to the arrest of any of the big names on that list. Or any of the names on that list, period. So yeah, man, it's just like it's a wild thing. There's a reason why it's the biggest story in the news right now. A big reason why everybody wants everybody to shut up about it, because they don't want to talk about it. Because it's complicated and it's very hard for anyone to come out looking good after them. You know? You're right, the guilty seem like Jimmy Hoffa, all the victims. I think that part of it is like that there's a microscope on this whole thing. Like, this is why I'm not a very good conspiracy theorist, because I also live in reality, right? And conspiracies happen constantly. And there's all kinds of conspiratorial stuff going on. But like plausibility starts to stretch the more complex conspiracies get to maintain and uphold. And like I said, if a single hair on a single head of a single Epstein victim is harmed, you're not going to convince anybody that it was a mistake. And there's a lot of visibility, right? They did have a decade to do it, correct. And you never know. Maybe they were just emboldened by the fact that they're like, oh, we own the government. We own the conversation. Again, I don't think eliminating witnesses is a cheap affair. I think it takes a lot of time, a lot of money. There's risk. There's risk involved in that. And if they think, well, we own the conversation, we own the government, no one's going to flip on this, we're safe. Whoa. I don't know. Again, like, I'm not arguing any position. Right? It's more just like something to think about. To me, like, the most obvious answer is usually the right one. And so I think the most obvious answer to why haven't they killed anybody off, because they didn't think they needed to. Because these guys, they operate on this level where they're like, they feel like they're untouchable. You see this all the time. When rich and powerful people, they get emboldened to take on these, like, they just feel safe. Like, okay, well, what are they gonna do? Who's gonna do something about it, right? Later, Scott. Really chomped at me. I did, bro. Cooking a little bit, dude. Like, we don't. The thing is, like, we've been so desensitized in like two directions with like this conspiracy stuff, right? Because a lot of the conspiracy credibility is lost in a lot of ways, but then also, like, it's how do I describe it? We don't really have any idea, because of the way that the media apparatus works and the way that the influencer apparatus works. We don't really have any idea how deep this thing really is. Like, it could be really deep, and it could be really not even that deep. It could just be like a few people, right? A few prominent people and a whole bunch of like supporting actors and like, yeah. But it could also go as deep as like, I made a comment earlier about like 30% of the rich and powerful in America could be implicated. It could be as few as like a dozen people, and it could be as many as like literally half, if not more than half of our elected officials. We have no idea. Genuinely, we have no idea. And that is a byproduct of the environment that we live in, where equal parts overreaction and underreaction. See that Tony Storm clipper? She's in the dressing room and they're cheating Mina Shiraka, and Tony screaming at their enemies. We're only good at two things: sex and violence, and either way you're effed. That's so good. That's, her lines are always so hard, dude. Tony Storm's got GOAT status already, dude. Well, I messed that up bad. Ah, woo. I wish they showed hook states on TVA. Same, weed, same. I get confused a lot. I get confused about what stages people are at. I mean, again, when people get mad at me for tunneling in 2v8, it's very rare that I have the situational awareness to tunnel with intent in 2v8. I just am like, whoa. I think this person's getting close to a limb, but I don't know. Dennis Lawrence like, the Roman Reigns go up to someone who wasn't already a good wrestler? Yeah. Who was already a good wrestler? Yeah, correct. I'll be honest with you, Tony Storm, I was not an early adopter. I was not an early adopter of Tony Storm. When she came over from NXT, I was like, eh. She's good in the ring, I guess. But man, the Timeless arc has just been absolute cinema. And anybody who disagrees, like, probably has some sort of ulterior motive. You remember that? Yeah, I remember being like, okay, Tony Storm, whatever. And again, I've been very consistent about being able to say I was wrong. Right? I think that's something I've been very consistent. Anybody that's known me for a long time. If I'm wrong about something, I don't hang on to it. I don't die on the hill, bro. Honesty and integrity are too important. I was not a Tony Storm believer, and I really wish I had been. It would have been good to get on that horse, bro. You didn't have a thing for Aussie Rocker Chicks. I totally understand your hesitation. Yeah. Yep. You were uniquely positioned to get Tony Storm right. Where I was positioned to be skeptical. I mean, I thought she was fine, and I mean, she was like every other NXT chick that was like obviously very talented in the ring. It's like, well, she's got the graps. Like, is she gonna have the personality? And I mean, for me, again, if you're assessing it by what I saw in NXT and in early AEW, I'm very skeptical of the personality. Like, okay, I don't know if that's it. If she's got it. But man, did they give her creative control and let her take off. And now it's just like, oh, you're one of the most brilliant minds in the company. You're one of the most brilliant minds in wrestling. Like, I'm getting goosebumps, literally getting goosebumps talking about somebody who's essentially, by all accounts, like an influencer. And how she just basically grabbed the reins. Was like, I'm going to be a big star and nobody can stop me. That's just like such an inspiring story. Did that guy get out the door after the killer left? Not that it makes a difference. Didn't that much of a personality or else she had to go to a wild place to be her character today? Well, it works out, man. It is very compelling, very entertaining. I love it. All right, speaking of... we're talking about a lot of random stuff. Ryan, I know I probably didn't catch you, but I love you too, man. I hope you have good errands with the family. I gotta run a quick ad. I hate doing it. I wish I didn't have to, but we are stuck here in this world where I have to run 3 minutes of ads an hour under the totalitarian rule of Twitch. I had a 2v8 match with Kai and you closed all 3 hatches. Someone had a key and opened the hatch behind me when I was bat. Yeah. That's fine. It's definitely possible. Watch somebody get slugged until endgame with their limb hook. That's so stupid. Killers are wild, bro. Bro, V needs to hold the line on this, bro. You guys want to talk about DVD drama after the ad? I'll talk about DVD drama after the ad. I'm about to put my hat in this conversation on stream. I don't really care, but... Allegedly, wait, you know WWE has to get your approval to change anything about your appearance? They were against Rhea Ripley getting tattoos? Rhea should walk. She's bigger than DVD or WWE at this point. She's bigger than WWE at this point. Do we agree or disagree? I don't remember that. No, I don't remember pre rocket ship Rhea Ripley. I like Rhea a lot. I'm not really a big fan of the whole Gooner angle. I guess years ago, yeah. They were against it, but they must have let her do it. I think that Rhea Ripley's insane body of technical work is somewhat sullied by all the Gooner stuff. That's not her fault. Again, it's just a personal preference, personal taste thing. I get it. I'm not trying to put my spin on everything, right? All right, let's wait till this ad ends, and I'm gonna put my hat in this ring, dude. Who was this tweet posted last night? See if he said anything else. Hold on. Let's get caught up here. All right, we can ready up. Once more into the fray, boys. I think I'll wait till Brittany gets here to talk about this. I think I'll wait till Brittany gets here to talk about this so she can get caught up on the DBD Rama. DBD Rama, dude. Everybody be always upset perpetually. Always looking for a reason, bro. Weed Monster, thank you for sharing the live. That helps me out a lot. Really does doing your best to push us back into the algo. I appreciate it. All right, whatever happened to the TT hiccup the other day? I don't know. I got like temp banned for violent content. I'm assuming somebody reported me to be a troll. I don't know. It hasn't happened again since. I know that I get suppressed because I say a lot of stuff you're not supposed to say on TikTok. Hi, baby. I love you so much. It's so good to see you. I just texted you. So yeah, I say a lot of things that are like, they're not really welcome, but I also don't want to censor myself, so I'll accept that I get less algorithm help. Again, like, I'm never going to compromise my values for a metric on a streaming site, ever. So I've done it before and it made my soul sick, so I'm not going to do it again. That's all I can do. And if I never blow up because I say the wrong things, that's fine. I don't care if I get suppressed, I'm right. You know? You know? It's so freeing, bro. And it's like, a lot of people say a lot of stuff like that. A lot of people will come out and post a banger tweet about how they don't care what anybody thinks of them, and they're done playing these games and blah, blah, and then yeah. I don't know if they really... They make a lot of bold claims and don't back it up, but I'll ride my ideas to the graveyard or to the pinnacle, you know, whatever it ends up being. Thank you for sharing the live, baby. You're the best. Come hell or high water, bro. There she is. Baby, I've been waiting to talk about this thing because I thought you might be interested. So there's a new drama in the DBD community chat. There's this guy Dveet. He's like a leaks guy. He does like a lot of DBD leaks and stuff. So right off the gate, right, the DBD community hates him. They hate him for doing leaks. They hate him for, you know, perpetuating the DBD leaks kind of legacy. And so what do they do? What do they do when they hate somebody? They look for something completely unrelated that they can cling to as a reason to cancel them, as a reason to harm them, harm their reputation, harm their finances, harm their platform, whatever they can do. They bite and they claw and they scream to find a reason to cancel them. Because, man, they're going to find a reason to call you a Nazi. They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They call you a Nazi so they can kill you, chat. All right? So this dude made a post about something, and I don't know the exact tweet. If I make a video, I'll obviously, like, get more in depth. But the TLDR is he made a joke about Makote, one of the employees of Behavior, like physically assaulting him at a party, like hitting him at a DBD party. And now everybody's out here canceling him because that's not something you joke about. How dare you? How dare you make this joke? And it's just, you are Nazi. I know. If DBD Twitter says it, it has to be true. Sorry for pushing back on the narrative, Mad Lads. It's my bad, bro. I forgot. The only thing I'm allowed to do is feverishly apologize while they cancel me anyways. That's the only option you're allowed when you're getting canceled by the mob, dude. Your only option is to beg and plead and tell them how sad you are about the thing you did or said, and then they still hate you forever and cancel you and all that. It doesn't gain you anything. You never get a redemption arc. You never get a chance to prove your value. You just go back to subservience as a marked person, dude. That's your option. If you make jokes about it, you're making yourself a victim, or you're not taking it seriously. Those are just trying to find herself as a person and reflect on screen despite objections from WWE. Yeah, I mean, she's found her personality, and obviously it fits her very well. She's done very good with it, so. Yeah, WWE is definitely a business with human commodity, which makes it kind of ugly. DVD needs ID verification, like there's too many kids around? I don't know, bro. ID verification is a slippery slope. That's all I'll say about that specifically. You're playing a dangerous game. Hey, Donnie, thanks for the refresh, homie. So anyways, that's the short version. And I just want to go on Twitter and tell Dveet, like, hold the line, bro. Don't give him an inch. It won't matter. And you know it won't matter. And I know it won't matter. Don't give them an inch. Yo, congrats on the shiny, Corpse. Let's go. Wait, Corpse, weren't you just in chat yesterday saying your luck is all run out? Weren't you just saying you're completely out of luck? Austin changed the Stone Cold gimmick where no one gave him a single fudge about the Ringmaster. So Vince, yeah, dude, the Stone Cold pivot was one of the greatest pivots in wrestling history, bro. What a legend. Seems like it's slowly coming back. W, dude. Deserved. You're one of Pokemon Community Game's most faithful soldier. You deserve to be rewarded. As a person with a lot of student loans, I think what's happening to the Department of Education is disgusting. What's happening? What are we specifically talking about? I'm not 100% caught up. I have mixed feelings about ID verification, but I feel like it's inevitable on a whole. I don't know if I like the idea of saying, well, it's inevitable, so we might as well just give it up willingly. Whether it's inevitable or not, I still want to be on record as fighting back. You know what I mean? Twitch making a big change to clip viewership? What's that? Hammering down on bots? I know, dude. Bro, the bot apocalypse is so good. Keep it up. They're doing that on Kick too. They're going hard everywhere. I think that the streaming industry as a whole is under a lot of pressure from sponsors, under pressure from advertisers to get organic views. It's got to be. They're not going to do that out of they're not doing that out of the goodness of their heart or for fairness. Like, they don't care. For a long time, they didn't care at all. But I think that they're getting a lot of pressure. I think advertisers are threatening to pull if they don't get rid of these inorganic views. And it's great to see the industry getting on top of that, dude. I mean, unfortunately, it's a lost cause. They'll never... It's like hackers and cheaters in video games. They'll never be able to stay on top of it. Like, it's always going to be a thing. But at least they're trying. And that says something. That bot Sads Blogger, the probably make advertisers hesitant to invest. Yeah, right. Ad blockers are a very real thing. I mean, I don't know, man. How do you convince people not to use an ad blocker? It's not illegal. It's freely available. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how do you... Are we good? You're... Okay. I guess I'm just like... I look at streaming differently now. Today than I did like a year ago, or even a few months ago. Whereas I approach streaming more like a business. I still obviously do. Like, it is a small business for sure. But it's more like my platform is more for me about the exchange of ideas. Than it is about like making myself as attractive as possible. So I can earn as much revenue as possible. Ow. So it's like, yeah, like right now, obviously, like, to say that my current cost... Hey, thank you for the alert, Miguel. I love you so much. To currently say that I'm like... You give people value for their money or time. There's a pre-roll ad every 2 minutes. Change people never ad block. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely. That's why I run 3 minutes and an hour to turn off the pre-rolls. And I try to put my ads on between games, right? So, like, my whole ad management is... If I could turn it off, if I had an option to turn it off completely and forfeit all of my ad revenue, I would have done it a year ago. 2 years ago, maybe. I don't know. I would have done it a long time ago. But they don't give me that option. But because I'm more interested in exchanging ideas, learning things, teaching people things, experiencing things together. Like, that's my prime motivation. Like, and I think that that's a really healthy attitude now, because like, if that's what you do, if you make a good product, revenue will come eventually. And it's maybe not worth sacrificing short-term gains for long-term. Like, you're taking short-term payoff for like a long-term. I went through a phase where I was running like 9 minutes of ads an hour. Because I went from making a decent amount on ads to making nothing. And Twitch was like, hey, guy, what if you ran 9 minutes an hour? You'd make the same amount if you did that. And I took the bait. And I have no idea how much damage that did to my platform. I have no idea how many people were like, dude, 9 minutes an hour, I'm out. I don't know. I'll never know. As it is, YouTube, Twitch have created the problem. The whole solution to make the pay go away, make them still be happy to pay for. Yeah, agreed. Kind of like the DVD problem, right? Teacher Doug. Someday, yeah, that's the plan. That's the dream, dude. Oh, I was exhausted. That's why. I've never seen ranked mode locked away how it is in Dota 2. So did you know that there's like... They say that to be like silver gold level in Dota 2, you need like the equivalent of like a college level course to be average at the game. Like it's like the most like complex game ever. Now the person that told me that was obsessed with Dota 2, so they might just be glazing, right? But I like Dota. Dota's fun. I played it for a little while. But yeah, there's an extreme amount of glaze. Like you'll never find somebody that believes something is only for very exceptional people, like somebody who's obsessed with something. On TV, it's more like 15 plus minutes per hour, and somehow it feels much less bad than the live interactive streaming abruptly interrupted. Yeah, I do agree with you 100%. That's what I told myself when I started running 9 minutes an hour. It's like, well, TV does like more like 15 per hour, but it's just different when you're sitting on the couch watching TV and when you're sitting at your screen staring at something. But there's something very real about that. I gotta pee, chat. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. I love you. Oh, yeah. My legs hurt, bro. The picture-in-picture and rewind would feel okay, I guess. Testing rewind on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, it's one of those, like... If I had it my way... If I could just use one of those little crane machines and pick up my entire community on Purple and just drop it on Rumble, I would do that today. I would sign an exclusive contract for next to nothing if I was guaranteed that I would move my entire community. And that's not how that works, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I really wish I had no reason to even continue to use this platform because it's only going to get worse. There's no end in sight to the constant ads maxing, and this is, I don't know. You like giving their credit to just a new website? Yep. No, I agree. I'm not. This is in no way an admonishment of people's inability or unwillingness to move. It's more out of a place of frustration because I kind of know that I would end up. What's going to get worse? The way Twitch handles business on their app's website. The streamers last movement with the management at Purple app. Streamers and customers last. Advertisers first. Like, we're not... Yeah, again, their approach to moderation is laughable, right? Agreed. The double standards, the inconsistencies. Ugh. Yeah, so it's just one of those things, like, if there was a quick and easy way to... Nice first frame, great skill check. Yeah, bro. If there's a quick and easy way to eject like I would, but there's really not. I tested out I did like a week on green only, and it didn't hit the same, man. It wasn't the same. That's why I opted for I was trying to heal that person. I got in the locker. Do you think another site will take over Twitch and everyone will switch to it later, or do you think it's a long ways away? I think that Twitch will either shutter or sell in the next 2 years. I don't think this company is going to continue to be maintained by the same people. And I think that there are 2 equal likelihoods out of that scenario, where one being somebody else buys it and makes it way better, and the other being somebody else buys it and makes it either worse or the same. That's what I think. I think that Twitch is becoming more and more of a burden to Amazon as a whole. And I don't think that they're managing it very well. I don't think the people that are running this company are doing a good job of advertising why Amazon should continue investing in them. And I would argue that there's a good chance that within the next year or two, this website is either shut down completely and they just cut their losses, or they sell it off. And then once they sell it off, we have another 2 forks where it's like, well, maybe they'll go the same exact direction, or maybe they'll go fully differently. I don't think that the monolith that is Twitch will ever be defeated in the same way that Twitter as a monolith will never be defeated by Blue Sky, which I had this fierce debate with a friend of mine, and I just continue to be proven right. Crazy how that works. But the problem is that, so look at your competition right now with Twitch, right? Who's the competition? TikTok, which has they have not invested anything in desktop mode. It's all portrait, right? It's all small, all portrait, all mobile. That's one of their competitors, which is not really a direct competitor because they don't do desktop mode. You have YouTube, which is the king of video on demand, and they've 100% made that their identity. And yes, they've dipped their toe into live streaming, but they really haven't put in a good faith effort to really make live streaming a huge part of their platform. And there's somebody who is like doing the bare minimum so that if Purple shuts down, if Twitch shuts down, then they're there as an option. They did for a while. They like paid money to like big streamers to come over, but it really didn't make a wave. It really didn't do anything to the market. And then you got Rumble, who their big draw is the decentralized nature, the free speech. Like anybody can stream there. You're never at risk of losing your stream to an Amazon Web Services crash. Like there's a lot of benefits there. And then you have Kick, which is literally just a copy paste, like, hey, we're the exact same website, but no ads. Like it's essentially like a copy paste job as a great value alternative. And that's what the landscape looks like right now. And I don't think that, again, with the same argument that I used with Twitter versus Blue Sky, I'll make that same argument with Twitch versus Kick, or Twitch versus Rumble, Twitch versus any other platform. So when you're looking at a product, right? It's a huge ask to ask somebody who's been using a product for years and years and years to switch to a different similar product. And what you have to ask yourself is, what do I gain and what do I lose if I switch, right? And so like the Twitter Blue Sky debate, right? If you're on Twitter, what do you gain? Blue Sky is just a carbon copy version of Twitter that's just not owned by Elon Musk. That's like the only thing they have going for them. So what you're appealing to is to a group of people's hate for Musk relative to their desire to start over on a platform. right? And you're going to take losses there. If you've built a platform on Twitter, no matter how big you are, no matter how influential you are going to take a hit switching platform. And what is the gain? What is the gain? What am I getting from that? Which is why when I had this debate with a friend, I told them, I was like, switching from Twitter to Blue Sky is like switching from Dead by Daylight to another ASIM. It doesn't matter how fed up people are with Dead by Daylight.
I will tear you.
They're not getting enough out of switching to make it worth cutting that cost, cutting the loss of all the years they've invested in that game. That's just a simple fact. It's a simple and sad fact. And that's why every ASIM comes out and everybody from DBD moves to it for a month and they're back on DBD. And a new platform like Blue Sky comes out, everybody moves onto it for a month and then they're back on Twitter. Hold on, I got a stomach cramp. Fasting is hard, bro. And so what you're left with is like the only way you kill Twitter, the only way you kill DBD, the only way you kill an established monolith platform is by a true innovation, right? YouTube and Twitch remember that fourth, fifth richest company in the world. The only way anyone can bully them is if they give up. Yep, agreed completely. That's why Noise died. That's why every startup dies. It's the same. It's DBD is the picture, and you apply it to all these different products. Exactly, Pariah. The changes they need to make it better are changes that are going to harm them from a baseline of their profitability. And then it's not even at their worst, which is what they're at now. They're still not profitable. At least not on the books. You know, koi fish always travel in groups of 4? I had no idea. Doing just a decoy. Okay, Freddy. Okay, Freddy. I took the bait and I liked it. I enjoyed the bait. It's like a complicated thing while being so simple. That person like was so mad at me when I was like, bro, it's not ever gonna be Blue Sky. They're like, well, I got into this beta with Blue Sky and they're gonna replace Twitter within a year or two. I was like, that'll never happen. They could offer money. They could say every Blue Sky user gets $5 a month to post on Blue Sky instead of Twitter. It would still be dead. It's not gonna matter. And those little incentives are just like the little incentives we get from Texas Chainsaw and Ghostbusters. It's like, ooh, it's a little different. Oh, I'm stupid. I was trying to teleport, bro. For example, small streamers cause one of the big streamers, which seems backwards, but you absolutely. Like, they're in the red on a guy like me. Twitch isn't making money off me, and I say the wrong politics, so I'm surprised I haven't gotten permit yet. Honestly. By the way, you're looking for out of Blue Sky? I meant like mainstream appeal, like. Okay, so if we're looking at it from like a debate structure, Pariah, his contention was that Twitter was gonna replace, or Blue Sky was gonna replace Twitter within a year or two. And I said, I'll counter by saying, Blue Sky will never replace Twitter. And if you take a look at the active user numbers for the two websites right now, I feel like my position is winning as of right now. Oh, cool. I just got my jump just got eaten by nothing. Great. Yeah. It's like, you're completely right, Cheese. Blue Sky doesn't have to replace Twitter, just like how OpenOffice doesn't have to replace MS Office, but it has to make a dent in the market. You're not going to sustain Blue Sky as a profitable and successful company without absorbing a large that's my team. Without absorbing a large percentage of the Twitter user base, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm not saying it's okay. Again, Pariah, I just don't disagree with anything you're saying, right? You're making my point for me. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Just like it's okay to play Dead by Daylight and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? Just in the same way. And no matter how badly you want Texas Chainsaw Massacre to survive, they're running a company, they're running a game, they have to be profitable. So you're right. That's John Blue Sky's problem, but you need John Blue Sky to find a way to crack the market for that to survive. Because again, it's okay to have DVD for some people and Texas Chainsaw for another group of people, right? And Friday the 13th for another group of people, but like, you also have to compel the market to keep that alive. And that's the thing I was arguing, is that's not going to happen. Just go over the current... Exactly. And so what you'll do is you'll continue to make new accounts on new websites as more and more... It says, again, Blue Sky and random ASIMs. As more and more of these random ASIMs pop up, we'll continue to play them for a few months and enjoy the novelty. And then, sadly, they'll be gone. And then we'll have to look for another way out, you know? And that's what that person couldn't grasp. They were fighting me tooth and nail. No, bro. People are so desperate for another site. They want something other than Twitter. Okay. Well, then why aren't they already choosing Threads or choosing Instagram? Oh, no, Instagram is Threads. Why aren't they already choosing these other things, right? Like, because the market has decided that those things are not valuable enough for people to round file the things that they've created on other platforms. Just like streaming communities aren't gonna alienate their DVD communities to go hard on Texas Chainsaw. Not people that have been established and make a living playing Dead by Daylight. Career suicide. This guy's been the guys of silencing conservatism and strangers to develop an app. See, I'm not gonna get into the hypotheticals about it. I do think that it's a... Again, just the same way there's a Fox News and there's a CNN, there's something to be said for like a Blue Sky and a Twitter. Let's be real, the most online is less humorous and everybody gets bored and leaves. It's not normal or bad unless you want to live and breathe one game for the next 10 years. Yeah, it's really like a streamer problem, not a player problem, right? Yeah, I think that I'm with you on the rejecting that every game has to be a live service game. But I think that we're seeing the market say live service games are profitable beyond the price tag. And so companies want games to be live service games because there's a financial benefit. There's a business benefit. What is it? A financial incentive is the word I was looking for. There's a financial incentive to turn a game into a live service game. Because then they can hammer you with microtransactions. Pop tab over my good sir. Hey, thank you for the tap. Sassy, I love you. Were you arguing with the Blue Sky investor? I don't know, maybe. They were definitely like invited. It all happened because we were hanging out. It was like a TwitchCon. And they mentioned that they got into the beta or whatever. It was like a closed beta. And they're like, oh yeah, this thing, I'm in this beta for the app that's gonna kill Twitter. And I was like, wow, that's cool, bro. It's like getting into the playtest for Texas Chainsaw. And they're like, what is that supposed to mean? And then we started the argument. It's like, I was like, oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't think I've made a Blue Sky account yet. I think I downloaded it. I was gonna make one. I just didn't bother to do it. I got really excited and made a Threads account. It's my fault. But then I was like very dismissive. I didn't always debate in good faith either. I was a little bit more inflammatory when I was debating ideas. And that's a personal failure. We live and play more games from my childhood? Yeah. No, it's great. They can never take our childhood from us, dude. I've never really been on Blue Sky, but I've seen a lot of clips. I've seen a lot of screenshots, which... Again, we don't judge only the screenshots we see. We don't judge an entire website that way. But it's not painting a very good picture when I look at what's happening on Blue Sky. Just like I assume it wouldn't paint a very good picture if you were looking at what's happening on Truth Social. And if we want to force it into being partisan, I could say I have the exact same criticisms of Truth Social that I have of Blue Sky. Indie games have been killing it lately, like a Clone Chunker Game Awards noms or indie games. That's good, yeah. That's what it needs to be, bro. Put power back into people's hands. Been a bad time to be a company making planned obsolete games. I don't even know what that means, bro. It sounds smart. 1, 2. I was too early on my swing. Or too late. Let me buy the game once and have a copy that I can play after the game disappears. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? Like I said though, man, the market is not... The market is dictated by what makes money. And what makes money is live service games that stuff a bunch of microtransactions down your throat. Not selling one game at a sticker price and calling it a day. As soon as the Avery shuts the servers down, yeah, I agree. I know. I agree. I'm on Dwight's side, chat. Let's make emoticons and land matches. That'd be sick, actually. Even server hosting. Yeah. Ooh, we pokey catching, boys. We're pokey catching. Let's go. Oh man, yeah, man. It's like we're stuck in all these really bad feedback loops because, again, it's the socialism, communism argument all over again, dude. Is it possible that the people could stand up and reject Twitter and go all in on Blue Sky? Yes, that is possible. But that would require a lot of people to take a lot of short-term pain for long-term gain. And those people are really loud to talk about it on social media, and then the actions don't match the voice, right? You know, every big game company shuts down a bunch of games. They don't have a lot of users. Yeah. Is it controlling how long we own the game, the conditions in the game? Yeah. We all know that's the case, and we still buy Arc Raiders, dude. I gotta pee. I'll be right back. I don't think you're gonna like this part, bro. I don't think you're gonna like this part, but I mean, in this scenario though, I'm kind of siding with the thing is the power is in the people. The people control that. We can't frame it as, oh, this company now is gonna puppet you around. Like if the game's making money, they're gonna keep making the game. Like that's the thing. When the people stop playing it, the market decides that the game is no longer profitable, and the market moves on from the game. If you stop playing the games completely, you're not a part of the equation at all. That's correct. You can remove yourself entirely from the equation. Your other options are to continue to support the game that you want to. Again, it's like, this is when I get like pulled between being a consumer and a creator, right? So Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a great example. There were a lot of people on Twitter complaining about them shutting the game down. Were those people playing the game? Were those people streaming the game? Were those people buying the DLCs? Because if a million people bought the last DLC on Texas Chainsaw, they wouldn't have shut the game down. They shut the game down because they weren't profitable anymore. They weren't making money on it anymore. And that's how the business works. So again, your options, if you don't like that formula or that you don't like that agreement, is to, yeah, stop playing live service games. I'm not going to participate in that system anymore. Speaking tough all morning. Hey, what's going on, kitty? How are you, homie? What's new? Nothing much. Just playing the last day of 2v8. Hope you're doing well. Can I get a shout out for Kitty here, please? One of my favorite streamers on Twitch, chat. Put a little respect on her name. There's a little cowboy hat Kate there. That's not Kitty here, though. If that was Kitty here, all the gens would already be done, chat. We'd be bagging at the exit gate already. What the hell was that? Was that a... Oh, it was a Wesker. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's my whole thing. Is like, I'm with everybody on. I wish Texas Chainsaw didn't get shut down, but the formula with ASIM games is that the ASIM game comes out, and all the DVD players and streamers are so sick of DVD, they're exhausted, they just don't want to do it anymore for a while, and so we all go to the new game, and for like the first few weeks to the first couple months, we end up kind of inflating that game's player base, inflating everything. Like it's, and then the streamers start to see the metrics decline because people get tired of the new thing, and they go back to the old faithful. And then the big streamers and the established people leave that small ASIM, and then it's back to being a very small niche game. And with that becomes very small niche revenue, and with that becomes a lack of urgency to continue development on that game. That's why I've always argued that for a real ASIM to step up and compete and survive, they're going to have to accept that they're going to lose money for a very long period of time in the beginning while they start to chip away at the established player base of DVD. So you need like a AAA company, or you need like NetEase to come in and build an ASIM, fully aware that they're going to lose money for 3 to 5 years trying to keep this thing alive while they slowly shift players over. And through that period of time, they're losing a lot of money. And they're putting in a lot of effort. It's not a sure thing. And even if they win, they've now taken a chunk of one of the smaller market shares in video games. Like, the market share in ASIM is a fraction of the market share in hero shooters, battle royales, fighting games, you name it. Like, we are the smallest market share of any of the big live service games. So, it's just, that's the problem. That's the situation we're stuck in. And like, the only way out, like I said, I've always like dreamed about what if NetEase took the Rivals engine and they made a sequel to IDV, and they did it in the Rivals engine, so the graphics were incredible, and they're just churning out content. Maybe in a few years they can make a dent. But I'm assuming if we looked at the financials, at what Rivals brings in every time they release a new skin, they're probably not that interested. And you compare those financials to like DVD skins, you probably have a hard time convincing NetEase that it's worth the effort, right? I feel like in general, the older I get, the less I'm interested in multiplayer games anyways. That's fair, man. Not me. I still love multiplayer. I still love multiplayer, and I'll keep playing every ASIM when it comes out. I might be optimistic if it's possible the complaints that TCM shut down were the last few players or the supports of game preservation in general. Well, there were a lot of people. The thing is, I have, like, I can assure you, a large contingent of the voices that were loud about Texas Chainsaw shutting down had not regularly streamed the game in a year. Like, these are big streamers complaining that aren't making content. which is fine. It's their right to do so. And I'm not saying they're not allowed to have that opinion. But I'm saying when you have larger creators, and I'm talking like the 3 to 5 to 7 to 900 viewer averages, the bigger creators who play ASIM, complaining that TCSM is abandoning them. Like, where have you been for the last 2 years? Why haven't you been streaming it? And what they'll say is, well, there's no viewers. And it says, well, there can't be viewers if there's no streamer. And small streamers are going to keep the game alive to a certain extent. Kitty continues to grind Texas Chainsaw Massacre with her community, and that's great. Because she's got a love for the game, right? But the bigger streamers, I'm not going to name names because some of them are my friends, but the bigger streamers that took advantage of the views in the early stages of the game, should it be their responsibility to try to keep TCM alive if it hurts their wallet to do so? Should it be in the game's best interest to bend their will to keep the... It's like it's a two-way street. We're putting all the culpability on people who have a lot more to lose, right? If they want to play, they should play. And if they want to stream it, they should stream it. And if the release cycles and the game is maintained in a way that it keeps it beneficial to do so, streamers will. And vice versa. I love certain multiplayer, but I find myself enjoying single player a lot more lately. It's just more chill. Yeah, single player games are awesome. That's why I started playing a bunch of Resident Evil, dude. It's been really refreshing. It's like, how do I put it? Wildfires your current fixation? Well, if they want to play, why don't they play? Right? It's that simple. And if the product doesn't want to give them what they want, why do they want... Like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. A game can be a 2-year game or a 1-year game or a 4-month game. Like, it's what it is. Calculations have been made on both sides between the game developer and the creator. And they have to make a calculation and then they just have to stick to what their calculation says, right? It falls in the game first and foremost to maintain player base and enthusiasm. Streamers have no responsibility, no more than a hammer has no responsibility to build a house, but it can be a valuable tool. Okay. Well, then the market looked at the developers of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and said, you're not doing enough, and then they died. That's like the market doing its job. Unfortunately, we found ourselves in a situation with the market where Dead by Daylight owns the entire market. And they're entrenched, and the only way to defeat them is to lose money for a long period of time to do so. And your prize at the end of that long, arduous tunnel is a very small market share and a very big ocean of video game money. So it's just basically like a lost cause. I'll continue to support small ASIM and indie games, right? I'll continue to do what I can. But I think that anybody that's waiting for an ASIM to save DBD is going to be waiting for a long time. I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reason I bring it up so much is because it really was like our last bastion of hope. It was the architects of the most beloved, which may have just been revisionist history and nostalgia, but Friday the 13th is the most beloved and the saddest tale in ASIM history, right? This game came out with an incredible ceiling and a passionate player base. And then thanks to a dispute with the license, it faltered. And so Texas Chainsaw Massacre was gonna save us, bro. They had the architects of the most beloved ASIM of all time. They had a huge license that was universally recognized. They had a player base just about at the end of their rope with their main competition. And right out of the gate, it blew up, right? It was bigger than DBD for the first week. There were more people watching. There were more people watching Texas Chainsaw at launch than there were watching DBD. And we saw the screenshots on Twitter, and we heard the conversations. The ASIM communities rejoiced because we finally got it. We finally got our game, but what happened, man? A week or two went by, and people who were getting 700 viewers were only getting 400 viewers, right? And people who were getting their Oryx cell pockets lined by behavior got a little too far away from the honeypot and had to come back. And at that point, it's on the devs to pull them back, in my opinion. And they didn't do it, and it didn't happen. So it is what it is. It's like buying a video card and Intel cards to the customers to invest an alternative to break the monopoly. Yep. Why don't know the best product we want to happen is best for us sometimes at odds. Yep, that's correct. Which is why the answer would be to, despite all of its flaws and despite all the delays and despite all the lackluster releases, to continue to grind the game at small personal cost towards a greater good. And Texas Chainsaw lost that battle within the first few weeks. It's just never gonna happen. And they got relegated to where they all get relegated to. A temporary distraction before we return to the monolith that pays the bills. And again, I'm not faulting the players or the streamers at all. But it's just that simple. And the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So, it's just that simple, babe. And I'm just not sure. Like, I honestly think that IllFonic kind of hacked. They've kind of hacked the system. And they just they get no respect, they get no attention, but Predator Hunting Grounds continues to get updates. Ghostbuster Spirits Unleashed for a long time got updates. They finally stopped updating it. But it still gets maintenance. Just heal, idiot. Alright, bye. But if you want to be in the ASIM game, in the ASIM genre, it's got to be like a modest dream, dude. Just be like, I want a small, loyal, passionate fan base, and anything more is a bonus. And that just has to be how you look at it, because there's no other, there's no other path. That's it. You're never gonna make a dent on the market. Something that people neglect to say too. Not only people will conflate it, not conflate it, but they'll misrepresent the situation as, "I love you so much, baby. I'll see you soon." They'll misrepresent the situation as, DBD's awful. DBD sucks. But there's just no alternative. And that's why people keep playing. That's not really true. DBD actually rules. It could be better for sure. It's got some issues. Absolutely. The developers are not awesome, but the game is awesome. But there is an element of the game actually being kind of awesome low-key, despite all of its flaws and issues. That keeps people coming back beyond just it being... Because you hear people on Twitter be like, oh, it's just because people are addicted. The only reason they play DBD is because they don't have another game to play and they're addicted. I'm like, I'd argue that I've basically proven... I'm just one person. One person's lived experience, but I've basically proven that, to me, metrics come secondary to the rest of the streaming stuff. So I could definitely play Resident Evil today if I wanted to and be just fine. But I'm choosing to play Dead by Daylight because I actually like the game. And it's fun. I like streaming it. Some of the benefits are the streaming, some of the benefits are the game. More complicated. People like to simplify things. Things can be simple and complicated at the same time. I think people that stream this game, again, I've had days where I was completely over DVD like the second I started playing. And there's some days like today where it's like very chill. This is what I'm doing, man. I'm having fun. Why is Wesker so scared to chase me? Because I've kind of cooked him a couple times. I think he knows that I'm not great, but I'm not a bot either. I might be dead. I might be dead. I might be dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Oni's telling his teammate, this guy's not that good. He wasn't that good at chase. Come on, Felix. Do the right thing, Felix. Yeah. Okay, bye, dude. Bye, dude. Yeah, leave the bot, dude. Leave the bot to perish. Tell me I didn't backflip out, yeah. I left in the box though, dude. I risked it all to leave that box for Oni chat. I risked it all and I'd do it again. Excuse me. Here's the Dark Lord. Yeah, I just think that like the best attitude to have about ASIM. If there's anything I've learned about the DVD community is they don't know what they want, but they won't leave. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, correct. I don't disagree with you there at all. Like, you ask 10 different DVD players what they want, and 10 people will tell you 10 different things. In other communities, like, it seems like there are large factions, right, that form on the one side or the other. Maybe the solution to the new ASIM is throw on DVD, just make a good game, they might leave. Yeah. I think DVD players are a unique breed. I think we need another horror game to steal some of the people away. It doesn't necessarily have to be an ASIM. Even just a multiplayer horror game would go so hard. Like something like Blood Hunt. I agree. So, I'd argue that a lot of people, without even realizing it, are very attached to this game because it's the horror. Hi, Dormouse, I love you. I'd argue that they're attached to this game because of the heavy and horror elements, the edgelord people, right? Those of us who grew up as like freaks, the D&D kids, the kids that grew up like freaks and nerds and geeks, are attracted to this game. PvP Battle Royale Raccoon City game, is that the one on mobile? I heard about it a couple days ago from Andy Campbell. Andy Campbell tweeted about it. You can run into mass boycott like all sides, all people for a week. It'll force behavior fix. Yeah, no one's gonna do it, River. Tell that to Otstarva. You know? Tell that to Ots Darva. Tell that to... And no offense to Ots, I love that guy. But I'm saying, like... None of these coordinated efforts to get people to stop playing work. Because the average person that cares about DBD isn't on Twitch and they're not on Twitter. They're just coming home from work. And they're like, what am I going to play tonight? Maybe I'll jump on DBD. You know, that's your average player. Your average player in a couple months is going to be like, the Rift is over already? Oh, no. I didn't get the ace skin I want. You know what I mean? Like, that's the average DBD player. And clearly who they're marketing to, based on a lot of the changes they're making, which we have to accept is okay. Right? The last time there was a boycott, it forced quick change. Did that actually do anything? I don't remember. I was in the game. I don't remember a killer boycott making any sort of a wave at all. I'm being 100% honest. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but... Oh. Feels so good, I feel so numb, yeah. I go 2v8, it's fun. I'm having a good time. I love 2v8. I'm gonna miss it when it goes. And it's probably gonna go. I don't expect it to stay. Behavior's been listening a lot more to the Dredge Nightfall sound effect on Twitter. I wanna cry, dude. I actually can't believe I gave her a freebie there, dude. I gave her a freebie, chat. Not quite. Let's give her a little sniffles, dude. Why am I this way, bro? I've never been closer to DCing in a game, dude. The amount of second chances. Thank you. I'll go send your other guy. Hold on. This poor guy stuck with me, dude. I'm sorry you're stuck with me, bro. Yeah, go get her, Oni. Doggo just felt weird. I'm not gonna blame anything but skill issue, dude. To me, this is a cut and dry skill issue. Murderous Grizzly and morally ambiguous wolf, correct, yeah. Fair assessment, dude. Oh, I got it. I almost fubbed that one up too, bro. Throw it. Oh. Oh. That Cheryl DC'd it with a quickness, bro. A quickness and a thickness, bro. There's one. Morally ambiguous wolf is so funny, dude. Like, you'll never stop being one of the funniest people I know, Pariah. Oh, man. He only has a bear skin as well to show. He does. Yeah, I bought it. It's so good. He's got a little cat on his shoulder. Look. Come look. He's got a little cat on his shoulder. See the little cat? Very cute. When it first came out, I played Oni for like a week straight. That's all I played. Yeah, Oni bear skin is the best. I'm not a huge fan of Naughty Bear. You're looking the wrong way, dude. You be an effective grizzly or a useless werewolf just like this match? What do you mean? Useless werewolf. Get right out of town, man. I'm killing it. Good fireballs, thank you. Yeah, I've been landing them, dude. I've been landing them all day. Haters don't want to talk about that though, chat. Haters don't want to talk about me landing flame strikes, bro. They're all over here. That was a little bit of a risky one. I just thought I'd go for a style shot. I'll get her now. Somebody's right here. I can be your pocket grizzly dog? Yeah, oh, thanks, bro. Cool. Oh, am I missing a Pokemon right now? Oh, he escaped. Dang, I missed it. Badge. I knew you'd run through it. I knew you'd run through it. That would have been money if she had a sprint burst saved up.
Stop with the theatrics.
Hey, what's up, Silver Surfer? Games are going good, brother. You know, just gaming. Playing some 2v8. Last day, last chance to get it in, dude. Last chance to get it in. Yeah. Every time I come here playing Survivor, I'm in 2v8, so the bear in his nose, bro. Yeah, what's up, Daniel? Man, I just want to piss off Gopher. True. He's one of the best Mortys in the entire game. Agreed. What that dog doing? I have no idea, bro. Don't ask too many questions, bro. Just let it happen. I think I can do one more cycle of Killer and 2 Survivor games, then I'm out. I gotta go to class, chat. Unfortunately, I gotta go to biology today, so. I like that class, but I'm not gonna lie. It'd be nice if I could just stick around and play DBD all day, bro. Chat, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. It's been a really good stream. Again, great conversations. I guess I'm just like built different. I might be, it's getting so bad. Dormouse, I have straight A's. Dormouse, I have a 97% in biology. I've been acing everything, and now I started taking notes because I just don't want to have to recollect my thoughts after class when I do my reading notes. I'm disgusting. I'm taking optional notes in a science class. Who am I? I gotta pee, I'll be right back. I love you guys. Oh, man. Can't believe that proves that behavior got rid of executioner's kick and Wolf's dong. I know, dude. Totalitarian, bro. There, JK, have you guys sucked at school? Hey, I sucked at school before I really was excited about it. I'm telling you, man, for me, I just needed to have like a goal in mind. And to reframe it as like every one of these classes is ultimately serving my greater purpose. Right? So this class is not useless. This class is a requirement for me to do the thing that I want to do forever. And in the past, I was very much like, well, it doesn't matter if I miss a class. Doesn't matter if I don't take notes. I'm still going to get an A. Not anymore. Dang, right? Just nearly 4 years. Absolute legend, man. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Where am I going? Righteous, I love you, bro. Talk about you all the time, dude. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being my friend. I'm dead. I'm dead. I get hit. 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 Kappa. He's done. Board, thank you for the lurk, bro. Big founder lurks. Yeah, I'm just turning into like this different person, man, by small changes. You guys should read the book, Atomic Habits, man. I recommend it. It's a very good book. I was already on the path before I read it, but I finished it last night. And I definitely learned some stuff that I can really use. Very good book. I liked it a lot. You gotta order your book. Do it, man. Books are the GOAT. I love books, man. I love reading books. No, not coloring books, chat. Real ones with words and ideas. Not just silly pictures. That's instead of a generic class that everyone takes, so it's free books, pay final example like SATs for those who can learn better on their own, and principle those who want that. Instead we got AI doing everyone's homework while kids spend all day on Tinder. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, buddy. My science teacher was hilarious. He's like, you guys want to use AI in my chat? You have my full permission. You'll fail. You'll fail the class, but you can do it. Pretty funny. Like, go ahead. Ask AI the questions I ask you, and then give me what it says. In fact, I encourage you to do so. I haven't failed anybody in a long time. It's pretty funny. But don't think Jordan Peterson's a nut job and he's at F5. I always enjoyed his critical psych stuff and 12 rules. Yeah, dude. I think Jordan Peterson had this, like, this very unprecedented wave of popularity and credibility. And I think that he's done everything in his power to weaken that over the last however many years. Like, yeah, it's kind of incredible to think, like, at one point, and that's the thing, like, again, I'm not saying that he's never said a word that was true or he's never done a thing that was good for the world, like, you know, but, like, he's definitely done some irreparable harm to his credibility. Bro, do you guys remember when he was on Jubilee, that surrounded debate thing? And the debate was, thank you. Holy smokes, I thought you were just gonna leave me. The debate was, a Christian takes on 100 atheists or whatever. Like, the idea was that he was surrounded by atheists and he was a Christian. And then the debate went so bad that they changed the name to Jordan Peterson versus 100 non-Christian or whatever. Like, because he literally would not even, like, own that he's a Christian in the debate. It was so bad, dude. I'm trying to remember the exact specifics. Jordan Peterson, no. Jordan Peterson, he's like an author and yeah, he had like it was, I didn't watch the debate, I just saw clips, but it was just like Jubilee's not a good faith. Like, Jubilee is like Piers Morgan, right? Where it's like slop. It's slop. They intentionally get people that are going to get them clips and get them advertisements. They go for the people that are going to have, like, no, you're fine, Dormouse. You're totally fine. Yeah. Right? They do it for the engagement or whatever. My dad's a college engineering student. He's dealing with AI students. He'll give F's for AI. I usually call him out. They say I wrote that. He'll say, well, you write like an AI. You can do better. There you go. Good guy Pariah's dad, bro. Get him. But yeah, Jubilee is like, it's slop, right? It's slop. It's a slop show. It's entertaining. I like it. I'm part of the problem because I love it. I love the clips. I've never watched an entire episode. I've watched a ton of clips though, which is exactly what they want to do. They want to get a bunch of clips. The funny thing, Dormouse, is when he said Jordan Peterson, my mind went to Jordan Peele because I'm a huge Jordan Peele fan. And perhaps my subconscious was hoping that would be the subject. Sickening thing is English teachers who encourage AI. It's like the most threatened subject there is by AI. Did I get a sub? I didn't even see it, bro. My bad. Who dat? Who there? Hold on. Streamlabs won't load. I hate technology so much, bro. Look at this. Never mind. I think it's coming. Hold on. Bad Lads, thank you for that gift sub to Completely Bored. Appreciate that so much, little homie. Ah! Thank you for 10 bazillion gift subs, Mad Lads. You are the ultimate gifter and the ultimate troll at the same time. Bad Lads personifies the I cry out as I strike you meme. Thank you so much, bro. The clip was someone talking to him as a Christian. He's like, never did I say I was a Christian. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Yes. Not in so many words, that's exactly what happened. He's like, why are you assuming I'm a Christian? And they're like, that's literally what the debate is 100 non-Christians versus a Christian. He's like, well, I never said I was a Christian. I never took ownership of the Christian. And it's like they had to change the title of the episode. Justice for Mad Lad's not getting mod. If you guys want, I can make a command. That's Mad Lads' mod application. It's like literally just Mad Lads' mod application typed out. I think that would be very good content. This really is DVD at its best right here, boys. Okay. He got loads of years back and decided to go full-blown right-wing nut job. Yeah, he went to work for the Daily Wire. I think that was kind of... I like missed the boat. So I really started like getting more into like partisan online commentary like in 2020, 2021. So I think I kind of missed the wave. Like I remember really early in my like discovery period, him being like talked about in held in high regard. Everybody said you need to, is he the one that did the make your bed thing, right? That was like his thing. Yeah, I remember hearing that. Everybody's like, everyone should watch Make Your Bed or whatever. And so I watched it. I'm like, all right, that's fair enough. I see what you're going for. Be gone, thought. You talked a lot about male loneliness. Still a problem. I can acknowledge that. Still a problem with no black and white cut and dry solution. Which makes it ripe for stupid takes and ridiculous commentary, right? Because I think that if your statement is, if you make a statement that says, this guy's got to just not like me one bit. Oh, yeah, he got his boy. It's all good. Book order. Well done, Dormouse. I'm proud of you, dude. Give me the WSs. Give me WSs. Oh, come on, man. Not even going to get the old cherry on top? I think if you say, what's the answer to male loneliness or the cause, the root cause, if you say, well, it's solely the fault of, you're wrong. No matter what the next part is. But that's the thing, man. That's the current social media and discourse climate is all this or all that or all evil. No third option. He got canceled because he's labeled as transphobic and he just wanted to make a point that Canada should not adopt legislation to force people to use pronouns, which I agree with. That's against free speech. But then he doubled down too hard. I was like, guess I am. Yeah, they talk about that idea, right? Is that if you continue to label people things that they aren't. This goes for a lot of different labels. But the natural tendency for a group that continues to be labeled a certain way is to eventually just give up and embrace that label. And that usually doesn't work out well for the accusers, right? I would say a good object lesson and case in point in that is the rise of anti-Semitism in America. It's like, can probably on some level be linked to a ton of people who are just tired of being said and say, okay, fine, that's what I am then. Right? As a woman, I don't think it's something I can give views on the male loneliness thing. I mean, I think you could. You could definitely give your perspective. I think that, like, for me,
I will save
where I'm very liberal with ideas, like, I think that you can have a take, opinion, and you can even have like a strong one, right? As long as there's not, what I think would be the problem would be if somebody who's maybe disconnected from the issue said, I have an opinion and this opinion is right and yours is wrong. That's when people start to get a little bit like looking side-eyed. Like if I dove in the center of a conversation about the way that the UK government is handling an issue and I just dismissed something Dormouse said right off the rip, like, nope, that's wrong, you're dumb. Like that's where you start to run into problems. Like who the heck are you, dude? But you know, who are you to tell me? I don't think that it's impossible for me to do my diligence and really dive into the topic of, let's say, immigration in the UK and learn everything there is to learn on both sides of the discussion. Steel man one way, steel man the other way. Exactly. And I deserve it. I deserve it, Dormouse. That's free speech in a nutshell. Tell me to go fudge myself.
It's fucking embarrassing.
You know what I'm saying, dude? But I could do that. I could do all that. And then I could say, hey, I want to talk to you about this. I want to talk about how I feel, what I think. And these are all my reasons for thinking that. But ultimately, it is 1000% your right to just dismiss that. Be like, I don't care what you think, you American fat pig. In game. In game. It's of course what Dormouse would say after calling me an American fat pig. I had a huge argument with someone about Ibram Kenji and the anti-racism movement and said the same thing. It's driving a wedge to say if you don't adopt or define anti-racism agenda, then you must be a racist. And it's just a horrible way of thinking and does nothing but create problems. Bingo. I agree. This is a heavy one, chat. Hold up. I think this is one that I'd love to sit down and talk to you about, Righteous, and one that I could even do a video on, but man, that would be a hard video to make. You'd say in-game afterwards, so you're not legally accountable. Yeah, correct. That's a racist Nazi. Real, dude. That's it, bro. Just call him a Nazi. Argument 1. Debate 1, argument defeated. Whatever, Nazi. My favorite thing recently in the news, this is off topic. I'm not trying to change something, but I just wanted to mention it. Do you guys know who Mark Levin is? Mark Levin is like a conservative, right-wing, hardcore Zionist, right-wing talk radio guy. And he was he called Tucker Carlson a Nazi, and somebody pulled all these posts about him defending people, saying people shouldn't be calling Trump a Nazi. Like, it was essentially like, he's like, when he had all these tweets about like when you call someone a Nazi, it was like he was super against calling someone a Nazi on face value. And then it's like him calling Tucker Carlson and people that support Tucker Carlson Nazis. It was very funny. I don't have the exact verbiage, but it was like this was one of those this you situations where he's like disavowing using Nazi as a pejorative for anything or as an insult. And then him literally doing it, like right after. Do right-wingers love stabbing themselves in the back? Fair point. A lot of double standards, bro. And yeah, Mark Levin gets so mad. You guys are wild, bro. Him and his 70-year-old viewer base listening to AM radio. Didn't quite wait out the sprint burst, pal. Oh no. Oh, I got baited. I thought he was leaving the pallet. People just come to this thing where they become self-proclaimed arbiters of these movements and invoke authority where if you disagree with them, you must in turn disagree with the movement. Yep, that's a very, very easy way to describe it. Again, it's the lumping thing we talk about all the time. Like, I feel like anybody that hangs out and watches my videos, watches my streams, listens to me talk about politics, knows that I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a MAGA Trump, like, ayo, my president guy, right? That's not me. It's never going to be me, never who I was, never who I'm going to be. And yet, in a discussion about whether or not they extend 2v8, somebody dismissed my position because I'm the Trump guy. That's just a one small scale example. Why do we care what the Trump guy has to say? Okay, man. Keep riding that tactic. I don't think it's working anymore, dude. I have a question about someone specific. They left our community. Should I DM? Yeah, DM me, please. DM me, please. And I'm not necessarily going to promise you that I'll answer because sometimes there's like privacy concerns and whatnot, but if it's anything specific, I'd really rather a DM. I have a question about some. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just a tough thing, man. It's just everything's so, and everything is so mad, and it's like the subjects are very serious subjects. So, like, I understand why people get emotional and impassioned. I do too sometimes. I talked about that debate I had with a close friend this morning. Like, it was not really a debate, it was more a discussion, but we're very much misaligned on something pretty big. And something that I think is very important. And they think is not very important, or at least not as important as I think it is. So, of course, in that situation, even with a close friend, it's hard not to... Dude, I wore a rogue hat, a red rogue hat, and everybody in chat kept saying, nice MAGA hat. I was like, no, bro. But I like my red hat. I don't want to get rid of it, dude. Pretty funny. It's hard even in a discussion with somebody that if you're very passionate about a position and they're very impassionately opposed to your position, it's hard even in that case when you have somebody you have like a long established close friendship with not to like give into the temptation, right? It's easy to give into the temptation of getting over emotional and sending out an ad hominem or a false equivalence or an accusation or making an assumption and like judging them, a straw man assumption where you judge them based on an assumption that's not true. It's just so hard, man. Even when so take that difficulty of somebody that you literally love that person. You love them. They're your brother. And then now apply that to some stranger who's very rude to you. And like, how hard is it to resist the urge to play the bad game, right? Hard. You're being tested every time you have a discussion. Your ability to control your emotional response is tested. So someone in the metal show the red habit, I said, make pee pee poo poo again. See, that's the energy that saves this country, bro. That's the energy, bro. That's the movement. Dude, I almost said something so unhinged, bro. Let me try and make it family friendly. Yeah. A healed America is an America where I can pee poop. There we go. That's what I was going to say. That's a healed nation, Chad. Let me pee poop again, dude. Wow, what a shot. What a shot, bro. Go to teammates? But others feel their own issues and that's why they're so mad? Yeah, that's for the most part what you gotta do, right? Well, there's like two sides to that, Ouchie. Welcome in, by the way. I love you. It's good to meet you. There's two sides to that. Like, you can definitely just let it happen. I mean, I let it happen constantly. I didn't protest these people on Twitter saying things about me that aren't true. Like, why am I gonna argue with the wall, bro? You're not changing your mind. It's not about that anyways. And even if I prove that thing to be not true, you'll just come up with a new thing right after. That happened to me. I took the bait for like the first few weeks after I got canceled, where I'm like, all right, that's not true. Let me prove it wrong. And then what'll happen is they'll just make a different false assertion, and then I'll have to jump through a bunch more hoops. And then ultimately what we'll land on is something that's a judgment call. And at that point, are you really figuring you're getting the benefit of the doubt on a judgment call? Probably not. You know? So yeah, you just ignore it. You ignore it unless you have to not ignore it. I've talked about this a lot. Like, somebody accused me of clout chasing because I said I wouldn't take a debate with somebody that didn't have like a sizable audience on a subject. And I was like, why would I prepare myself for like a 3-hour knockdown, drag-out debate, read for like 200 hours to prepare, to debate, to change 7 people's minds? Like, it's not about like attention or clout. If I cared about clout, I wouldn't talk about politics. Because I'm in a dangerous like zone for that. Like, my views are not accepted here. at scale. And that's okay. I accepted that a long time ago. But like, there has to be some sort of, I do debate for fun. Yeah, I debated my friend. Like I told you, like I had a close friend, have a close friend, and we had something of a debate this morning. It was more just a disagreement, and like both of us are stubborn, and both of us are like, okay, well that's not real. I don't believe that, but, and then he says, I don't believe that, but, and then we start unpacking it. Like I like that. That's fun. I like that. But if somebody's assertion is, you are a Nazi, like why am I going to debate someone on that unless that's going to influence a lot of people's opinion? First of all, there needs to be a consensus amongst a large group that that's true, which 8 seconds of research will prove that wrong, right? And then you go from there, like even if that was the case, like let's say that there was a Dead by Daylight consensus that I was a white nationalist, right? Let's say that was, in a hypothetical world, that was an assertion, which is like very easily disproven, right? Even at that point, would I take a debate with some dude with like 10 followers on Twitter about it? Like, no, why? Who's that guy convincing? It's not about clout. It's literally about ROI. Like, why would I debate you? Like, I'm no offense. It's not about clout. I wouldn't expect, if I had a position against Otz Darva, I said, Otz Darva believes that the earth is flat. You think he would take that debate with me to be like, oh, no way, bro. I'm gonna prove that guy wrong. It's like, bro, I have 30 average on Twitch. Nobody cares. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. Like, people do. You guys do sometimes, but even then, like, it's about, like, what's the purpose? A debate for fun, 100% of the time. Like, yeah, I'll yap with you. Not a single person who DM'd me after the YouTube videos have I ignored. I've been like, all right, let's talk about that. But like someone on Twitter saying some stuff that's just like patently untrue. I don't have enough hours in the day to take on every argument. I listen to you then question my sanity. Fair, yeah, do it. But yes, Jesus can change it. I mean, Jesus can definitely change your views. I mean, I think that my personal worldview, my journey has given me clarity on a lot of things, thanks to my relationship with Christ. But I think that an important piece of that puzzle is to have that journey on my own, and then allow that to bleed over into the rest of the way I live my life. And then if somebody wants to talk about it specifically, I'm more than happy. More than happy.
I will crush you all.
Give me 1 second, chat. I'm just yapping with Mad Lads real quick. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta grab something on the porch real quick. Listen, yo, no, it's from an old Testament. All right, Jeff, we got a delivery. I had to go grab it real quick. All right, that was a, I had to go delivery, so I had to go grab it. What's up, Papa Smurf? I love you. It's good to see you, dude. You're having a good morning. Yeah, so this skin is from I don't know if it's from the show. Chat, can I thought you were talking about Soma. My bad. I don't know. This was one of the ones that was on the Rift, and I'm not sure what game it's from. If Pariah's here, he'll know. I am a big fan of Castlevania, but I'm a casual fan, so I'm not really like 100%. I've never watched the anime. I've played a few of the games. I played the classics. I played 1 and 2 growing up. I played some Dracula X. I played some of the newer stuff on the collections, but I haven't like... I'm not like an expert in the Castlevania scene. I did play Soma's game a little. I'm good, Papa Smurf. My plays have not been it today, I'll tell you that much. I'm playing bad, dude. Full stop. Yeah, Dormouse, thank you. I was questioning everything. Oh, I missed twice. I miss every time. I'm the butts. Have you guys ever seen a human butt gain sentience and play video games? I've heard there's one. They stream on multiple platforms under the alias Running Man. So, all I'm saying is keep your eyes peeled. If you're not into that. Fell through the window, I heard it. Big trades. Oh, I ate her up twice on that pallet, bro. Twice I ate you up on the same pallet, bro. Let's go. All right, we're coming back. We're doing good. We're doing all right. I want to cry, dude. I want to cry because that could have been really easy. I made it look really hard, bro. There it is. What's the direct skin for? It seems like a weakness on the stomach. Yeah, so Dormouse, I know you said that a minute ago, but we need to talk about this. This is a real problem in video games. Why do all these bosses evolve? Like, have you guys ever studied evolution in biology? I'm in biology right now. I'm studying evolution. Why do all these adaptations consistently make these things weaker, right? Like, what evolutionary purpose did an adaptation of a eyeball on the stomach do for final form, right? Like, that's 1000% a weakness. And I'm tired of pretending it's not, chat. Alright? You know, Weed Monster my goat, dude. I hit this, I hit this. I don't hit this, I'm ass. I want to disconnect from the video game. Could have hit. This guy was eating my lunch, dude. This guy was eating my lunch. Evolution's trying their fair, yeah. That's a fair point. Everbase Righteous makes a very good point. Let's just acknowledge, chat. Let's just acknowledge that we don't know if we're going to win or lose this game. But if we do win, it is almost 100% due to the fact that this Billy is eating lunch. Like, he's doing great. I'm kind of sucking this game, dude. I'm not going to lie. I would really like a recount. I don't know how the first one missed, dude. Didn't ultimately matter. Okay. Billy's just been like eating them up all around the fringes. I can't even switch forms right, dude. Chad, I'm getting back into doing OMAD, so I only eat one meal a day. And I went through like a long phase of snacking a bunch. And I'm going to be honest with you, chat, and I don't think I'm being even a little dramatic. I think I might die in-game. I think I might be the fattest person in the history of the world to die of hunger. Like, I don't think that... Remember, you're a grade A student and DVD's a video game? No, the game is fine. I'm talking about food. I'm doing OMAD again, so I'm not allowed to have snacks. And this is my first day of like strict hardcore OMAD. Like no meat and cheese, no hard-boiled eggs. And I think I might pass away in game. You have a banana? No, I can't have anything. I'm fasting. I have to fast until dinner. Am I the only one that doesn't care for wolf form for Drac? No, I love it. I'm always in wolf form, dude. I take like 80% of my chases in wolf form. Yeah, if you want to play this sweaty, I'm down. Where do you down that guy at? Back here, right? I wish I could do fasting. My iron's already so low. Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. You should definitely consult with your doctor first. And if you have something like an iron deficiency, it's very much not worth doing it, right? That's why I wait for your celiac test. Yo, I hope you get answers, but I'm definitely not rooting for celiac. That's a hard way to live, man. The real gluten-free lifestyle. That's tough, man. I'm gonna do a poke catch while I'm guarding this guy. If he gets up, that's my cross to bear. There we go. Thank you, Weed Monster. Yeah, this guy wanted to do the slug game, dude. I'm fine with that. I was fine with that. I'm letting him choose if he wants to do that. The thing is, you got to be on... It's better to do the wrong thing together than the right thing alone. I don't want to disrespect my teammate who carried me this game. Did he find the hatch? I bet he did. Yeah, Billy did great. Billy did great, so I wanted to let him make the choice. Look at that. Vittorio was the most loved. All right, chat. That's going to wrap for me. That's the morning stream. I got to go to class. I got to sit in traffic on my way to class. It's really cringe, but it is what it is. Thank you guys for being here. FBI agent, I love you, dude.
Let us begin then.
Appreciate you being here. Dormouse, I love you. Righteous, I love you. Generous, I love you. Weed Monster, I love you. Pokemon Community Games, I'll love you the most. FBI agent, I love you. Papa Smurf, I love you. Ouchie, I love you. No one stores, I love you today. I love you. Let me end the TikTok stream first so that I can say the other words without getting shadow banned. But I'll be back tonight for the night stream around 7:30 PST, between 7:30 and 8. Between 7:30 and 8 tonight, all right? Chat, I love you guys. I'll see you then. Oh, my stomach hurts. I'm so hungry. All right, let's end kick first because then I can raid out with Twitch. I'm gonna notice the bro, Duty Beard. He's doing some IRL stuff today. A good buddy of mine. You guys should go check him out. Absolute legend status, bro. Go hang with him. You listen to the new Converge. I'll probably be listening to a podcast. I'm such a dork, bro. Such a dork, dude. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we're gonna raid out on Twitch. Let me find somebody dope to raid. My boy Furang is playing games, chat. We'll go send it to Frank. You guys don't know Frank G. He's one of my mods. He's one of my good friends, and he is a fantastic human and content creator, and he's playing something I don't know what it is. I've never heard of it, but I don't care because he's the GOAT. So whatever it is, he'll make it good. You guys could let Frank know I got to run out the door to get to class. I didn't know he streamed either until he told me last week. Now we can all get a follow, right? But if you guys let him know I'm heading to class, and then I'll see him soon. If no one told you 11 today, I do. All right, peace out. Stay off drugs. Christ is king. See you tomorrow. See you tonight. I'm bad at this, dude. I'm bad at this.